All right. We are the real Hebrew Israelites to come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you're the Hebrew Israelites according to the scriptures. We're going to face the east, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the head apostles, the elders of great millstone, who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in our truth and sincerity. All right. Go ahead and open up with Isaiah chapter 47.
This is the book of Isaiah 47:1, and it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
This is talking about America. Because contrary to popular belief, America is documented, okay, and prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. And this is what they're not telling you in these churches, man. That virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about the Babylon after the ancient Babylon. So it's talking about America. Go ahead, bro.
"Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
Yeah, this place is being, systematically being brought down by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, on all levels, man. And these wicked elites know that. That's why they're digging into the earth, which really they already have dug into the earth. Really their bunkers have already been established. Their hiding places are already finished. Okay, now whether they're in those places or not, that's neither here nor there. But they're gonna go to these places very, very soon. Because World War III is very soon gonna pop off. World War III is gonna pop off. Very, very soon, which really, when you go into, we're really in World War III. We're just not at the climax of the height of World War III. Go ahead.
If I may add to what you're saying, if you're paying attention to the news, Putin's talking about any nation that comes to the aid of Ukraine via a boat, he's gonna start shooting at their asses, man.
Yep.
And there's a lot of stuff going on because of Ukraine. And that means people are going to lose their grains. The food that's coming in out of Ukraine, as far as the grain, that stuff is going to get shot down or burned up, man, in the attack from Russia if a nation comes into that part of the water. It's okay, brother. It's okay. But there's just something else to look out for, man. The Lord is gathering all the things up in the scriptures that we need to be looking out for, so we can tell that the end days or the end times are very near, so we can get the fuck out of here.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, this place is no longer to be called tender and delicate. This is no longer the place that everybody wants to go to and establish their family, their household, their job. People are really trying to get them out of this place, man. And Jake's trying to flee America, man. You can't, Jake thinks he can just get out of America and, escape, destruction and calamity, You're still under the curses. No matter where you go, you're still under those curses, man. And ultimately, you can't escape or flee from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. What did Jonah try to do, man? Jonah tried to flee. In his own mind, he was trying to flee from the Lord. So he got on a boat, and left Nineveh, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had a fish swallow his ass, man.
Swish, 3 points.
Go ahead,
I got a quick precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 13. It says, "For thou hast the power of life and death, thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again. A man indeed is killeth through his malice, and the spirit, when it is gone forth, returneth not. Neither the soul received up cometh again. But it is not possible to escape thine hand."
Ooh, yeah, it is not possible to escape the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I like this. Hold that and jump to Hebrews 10:31. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It said, verse 16, "For the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm, with strange rains, hail, and showers, and were persecuted that they could not avoid, and through fire were not work and through fire they were consumed.
You can,
That's
you can
it.
expound on that.
Oh yeah, so just basically elaborate what the brother was saying. You cannot escape the hand of Yahweh Shem outside, man. There's no if you think you can escape the hands of the Lord put you there to make you think that you can escape the hands of the Lord, then the Lord's gonna bring mass judgment on you, man. Or horrible judgment on you. That was it.
Con. You know, you can't escape Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know, Jonah tried and failed. You know, and you know all the other accounts in the scriptures. You know, they tried but failed, man. Okay, go ahead, bring that up.
This is the book of Hebrews 10 and 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Yeah, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Right.
You know, the Most High knows your worst fears, what you dread the most, what you're scared of. Okay, your so-called phobias, man. All right. You know, a lot of our people are scared of water, scared of drowning. You know, scared of dogs, scared of various different things, right? God, yeah. You know, and the Most High, He knows that because He created you, man. You know, you can jump back into that Isaiah 47 chapter, bro.
Isaiah 40. This is verse 2, Isaiah 47, verse 2. Take the millstones and grind mills, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river.
Yeah, this place is being exposed. It's being exposed mainly by the prophets that are all over the four corners of the earth. But you have various other groups, you have various other people, you have various other nations exposing America as well, man. Going into what the brother brought out earlier concerning Russia, Russia is exposing this place, man. Russia opened up its doors and showed the true icons, you know, when we ruled Europe, man. And also showed, you know, actually Salah, they showed the Russian icons, you know, when we were in rulership in Europe and when we ruled over there in Russia as well. You know?
It's all Europe anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's all Europe.
You know, showing that contrary to popular belief, it was dark-skinned people that ruled over there in Europe and various other lands, because the so-called white man wants you to think it was just so-called white people in Europe.
If I may add on to that, right, we that had to happen where we were in rulership, because if you go into the blessings that Isaac gave unto Esau, it said, I'm gonna read it right quick.
If I can say something too. That's why there's certain books out there that they jack the prices up, which it could be beneficial to reading, a hell of a beneficial for you to read it out. But the reason why they jack the prices, so the average so-called person, Jake, they're gonna be like, I ain't got that. Right. So to hide these things, they either jack up the prices or they try to get rid of it, because it's a lot. Jake, I was talking today, he telling me there's a lot of it's a website. I forgot what he told me. Basically, a lot of books and places you go get books that they probably they're trying to like out.
We was talking about that in class. What was that book called? That's like $1,000 because they had to download.
Yeah,
that $1,000 book. They PDF. They sent it in the chat. But it's that book that it's like $1,000. That I forgot what it's called.
There's a book called
Picture History of Jewish Civilization.
And then there's another one by John Ogilvy. He was showing me about the book called John Ogilvy in Africa or something. It was showing you it had Jake actually ruling over Edomites. They showed them Edomites as slaves. Jake ruling over them. So, a lot of books out there that's out there that show that history that's kind of like faded, the so-called Dark Ages, going to the Renaissance. That's the books that that's like a chronological order that's like Esau trying to wipe race prior to leading to the Old Testament, prior to coming into the New. Because if you understand that I can't say
chronological
history, you'll understand the Revelations.
That's right, brother. But if I may add, but for sure, that's why King James is such a stumbling block to you Jakes. You know, 1611 King James. Yo, this book is such a stumbling block. That's why y'all keep saying a white man wrote it. You know what I mean?
And that's why a lot of historians and so-called average Jake Christians, etc., they don't know that part of that history, but we get 1400s, 1300s, the Dark Ages. That's why they don't understand Daniel. They don't understand the books of Revelation because they don't know that part of their history. They don't want to dive into slavery. But see, that's what Esau did to pretty much.
Hey, you're trying to whitewash slavery.
I was just talking about that with this shit in Florida.
You go to for instance, you're in your educational class. You go to public school. They give you a big. I don't know what they do now, but they used to give you big booklets. And take home your book bags. You couldn't tell the teacher.
Heavy as hell.
You couldn't tell the teachers. No.
Right.
I'm not reading from the first part of the half to the middle. Stop me off in the middle, and we gonna learn from there. You're gonna be like, get the fuck out of my class, go to the office.
Right.
Yeah, you get suspended, detention, Saturday school, whatever. But that's what Esau wanted you to do. Cut out everything to the Old Testament. Like, just focus on the New Testament.
Yeah, all the books was thick as hell.
Yeah.
Your book bag was so heavy. This was short as 200. You drop your book bag on the ground, that shit nigga whole thump, bro. Go ahead, bring that out.
This is First Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness thereof has sought the wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Yeah, I remember that old Brandon Fodder game. Said, knowledge is key, my brother. Knowledge is key.
God.
It really is, though, man. Like the scripture said, I don't want to cut you off.
No, you good, bro.
You know, the scripture tells you knowledge will be your stability in these last days. You're not going to fret yourself. If you understand what's going on, you're not going to fret yourself because of the evil doings and what everybody else is doing, something beyond the set to red, all the average Jacob doing. You're not going to fall for that.
Yeah, after the so-called white man conquered, he painted his own images, man. You know, the images of the gods, the images of the kings, the images of his own image of what he portrays the Most High and his Son to look like, what he portrays the angels to look like, what he portrays the rulers all over the four corners of the earth. He even went to Africa and tried to disrupt and change those images so you couldn't correlate those pharaohs and great, considered so-called great men in Africa to being dark-skinned men.
You know, you gotta understand that's your enemy. Why wouldn't he do it?
Yep.
Because once you got all of the nations that got pigmentation, brown skin, once you got through in a defeat, your so-called rulership was staying.
Yeah.
You have everybody be out. When you got the ominous Turks, the so-called Arabs that look goddamn like a Saiyan, you could play on both of their necks, so-called mixed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the devil had to fucking conquer, whitewash everything, man.
And that's a war tactic, man. You know? But when they all had that iconic image of when America, I don't know if it was a certain civil war or when he had the three men holding the American flag and they staked it.
Oh, that was the Marines in yeah.
That's a process of conquering, man. We conquered this land. We set our flag up. This is our flag, our image, everything got to do with us. We're setting up and establishing it. That's what he's done to the lands that he's conquered, man. That's why the scripture says they call their lands after their own names, man. Go ahead, bro. Bring it out.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Yeah, he don't want you to know the true image of who the world English calls Jesus Christ. He don't want you to know the true names of the Most High and His Son. Okay, he don't want you. He don't want you to know what the prophets of old look like, man.
That's why they had to take up the prophet. The prophet was heavy to idolatry, making of idols. And that goes hand in hand with Esau. With religion. Again, if you don't know the white man's the devil, he's your enemy. You'll fall for everything. That's what Jake called him. Then Jake That's why 2/3 out. Until you further realize it has to be bloodshed, some white man is your enemy. You'll fall for anything. You're lost. You can't be helped.
Let me. So as I was saying earlier, in regards to the brothers, how they would break it down, the iconoclasm, and Esau ending up ruling. It goes into this right here that Isaac had promised unto Esau as his blessing. This is Genesis 27:39. It says Isaac his father answered him and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, and by the sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. As the brother was saying that, you can go over there, and some books you can learn that how the Africans or Jacob was over there, depending on what part of Africa, because we had lived in that area. They was ruling over Edomites, man. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, which Esau got the dominion now, starting around the Renaissance period, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's when they started this iconoclasm shit. That's why when the brother had brought up the Russian icons, that was the Lord showing Israel, hey, look, y'all are the people. Y'all did rule before. Y'all were in dominion. But then the Lord had to allow this prophecy that Isaac blessed it to his son to happen where Esau Edom was going to rule. And now he's in his rulership.
Yeah, he was loose to Little Caesar.
Oh, yeah. Let me grab
Go
that.
ahead, bring that up. He's been loose to run rampant, like a madman for a period of time before Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, takes him out of that rulership seat position. Man. And he knows his time is coming. That's why you see the things playing out, or you see what the so-called white man is pushing heavy, basically all over the four corners of the earth right now, man, because he knows he has but a short time. And he knows you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, are the next in line for rulership, and your rulership is going to be everlasting rulership. Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And we know that bottomless pit to be Europe, man. It says, let me not overspeak. It says, and he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
And going back to the time when that old serpent, in that 1,000-year period, when we used to go into the dark ages, man, where Jake was ruling. And that's another thing that the so-called white men don't want you to know, that you was ruling over Edomites, man. And you were the kings, man. Going back to the knights, when they made the movie called The Black Knight. And what they keep calling Martin Lawrence? War. And they tell you these stuff. They tell you, Esau give you subliminal little truths here and there.
I went to the seven heads. You going to that, man? That's really
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Hold it up.
I forgot I had that sign.
You should pull it
I
up.
don't know why I pulled it out. We'll
When you
never
go
bring
to
that
the
up.
nations, that's what we were ruling. We ruled these areas, man.
That's all Europe, basically. That's all Europe.
That's NATO, Europe. We ran these. We ran them. And then Esau came into power and took it over.
Yep.
And then after we go into Revelation 13, that's when you got the the next beast, which is America, to come out.
Yep.
Come out of Great Britain.
And this is the type of education that you don't receive in these churches, man.
And it's locked up.
Go ahead, bro.
And be honest with you, man. This for the new guy. Not something that's gonna come in and learn. That takes years to understand that whole knowledge to order, 14
To have it down pat.
Yeah.
Certain breakdowns you're constantly gonna have to review and go over and refresh yourself
And
because
that's real.
they're extensive. So. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I was looking for something else too in Jeremiah.
Open your mouth about the Revelation name. Please go before we speak.
And look, it's all on YouTube too, bro.
We need to get a
That's why it's always good to take notes. Like now people.
Same thing with trucks, man. They tell you that take a refresher course. You drove trucks for a long time. Same thing with those breakdowns.
Right.
The truth in general.
That's why it's always good to write the breakdowns down, and the precepts that go with it. Just so when you're going over it or you're doing a lesson on it, you have something to, reference to. Yeah, reference to.
7 men that wrote down the Bible.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
So this is Revelation 3 and 20 and 3, Salakia. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he shall deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after he shall be loosed a little season.
And it's that little season, man, where this devil has been loosed. The so-called white man is running rapid. That's why you have pollution all over the four corners of the earth, man. The skies, the water, the sea, the animals, all right, the food, everything's polluted because everything this man touches, he destroys, man. The whole earth is in mourning because this devil is in rulership, man. You know, that's why the scripture saying in Isaiah the 14th chapter that, you know, this earth is going to rejoice when Esau is taken out of power, man. Right. You know, you got to walk on concrete. This man just burns down forests for no reason. Here it is. He's trying to burn down the whole Amazon, man. Where the Amazon provides oxygen for the whole earth. You know, they say the Amazon forest literally provides clean oxygen for the whole earth, man. You know, and this devil's trying to burn the whole thing down, man.
And that's why the scriptures say those that destroy the world, the Lord is going to destroy them.
Yeah, destroy them will destroy the earth, man.
Yep, and the Lord is sending Esau so that he ain't got no way to escape from none of his judgments, man.
Right. And they make movies about this shit. Avatar.
That's why you can't go. That's why he set him up in the boundary. He can't go.
Yeah, bounds.
Yeah,
Yep.
he can't go to the space.
Right. He said bounds with this man. He's trying hard as hell, man.
So push it. Let me through.
You know? Right.
What they trying to do? We know that they haven't passed the Van Halen bill, as you were saying, right? But they're talking. It's a term, I think it's called terraform, where they take all these elements and add them to different planets. But they're trying to do that to Mars, so that they can inhabit Mars. But one of the sayings is like, if you can add all these elements and heat and all that shit to Mars, why can't you fix the Earth?
Woo! They know they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Can't fix it. But they ultimately know. See, those Edomites, they see the terrorists, man. They see things that we don't see. And they're actually seeing other nations rising up. They actually see, because when you from a bottom point, you don't really see too much. All you see what's in front of them. But see, they're on top. They see everything that's going on. They're eagle. They see everything, and they see now everybody's trying to shoot at the eagle. Fuck them. They don't land here. They like, wait, don't land here. And Esau said, "Damn, you're gonna have to escape. You gotta find an escape route because everybody's on the land."
He said, "You motherfuckers, you gonna do this to me?" That's Esau Edom right now, man. You know, the other nations, in scripture say the other nations shall hate the Lord. All these nations that are in league with America are going to turn their backs on them. Yeah, once we were with you, once we ride out with you, but now guess what? We coming against you, man. You know?
I got another precept, bro.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 50 and I'm gonna start at 9. For lo, I will raise and cause Babylon. I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon and assemble a great nation, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
Yep.
From thence she shall be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty
Can
Ephraim.
you read that verse again, Bob?
Because
I'm gonna read all the way down to.
when you go into the chapter here, now Esau, make leads and natural nations. Really, Esau is really getting the most of other. He's stripping and raping other nations. And these nations are tired of this shit. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna make deals with you, but you gotta adhere to our laws. You gotta accept this." And then there's some set of public governments, and they destroy the rest of the goddamn people. They'll supply one leader and put them in a whole bind so he can just destroy the rest of the people, so they can make them like drug users, dependent. And the whole time he's stripping and raping out of the country. But these other nations, like it's like Ham. Ham getting sick and tired of Esau. And it's funny because when it tells you when after the blessing back in Genesis, taking Esau left himself, left with Ham like Canaanites, man. Those are the modern day Hamites over there. Those are the modern day Canaanites, man. And Esau wreaking havoc against the fucking Canaan. And Canaan is sick of it, man. You got it, brother.
This is starting over in Jeremiah 50 and 9. It says, "For lo, I will rise and come to cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country."
These other nations, the majority of these other nations are going to come against, not all of them, but the majority are going to come against America. Man. You can have some nations that actually side with America. They're going to just destroy it right along, with America. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her." Yes, that's what I'm trying to
All right. Get that. Get that.
Nah, it's good, bro. It's good.
Yeah, you just put it in the corner or something like that.
It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From this she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man.
Yeah.
None shall return in vain.
Yeah, those nuclear missiles, man. Those are those mighty arrows of a mighty expert man. Because they're going to hit their mark. Why? Well, a couple reasons. One reason is because they're guided by these satellite systems, man. You know, GPS targeting systems, man, that are super very accurate. They said that from thousands of miles away, these nuclear missiles, these ICBMs, can hit the head of a dime. You know, a head of a dime from 2,000 to 3,000 miles away. That's how accurate these satellite systems are, man. These guided systems. And moreover, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be guiding these missiles, man. The scriptures say, what? If a brother can find it, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. These nuclear missiles are going to go out of the firmament and come back in the firmament. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to have these angels guiding these missiles to their mark, man. You know?
Joel, the second chapter tells you that too.
Yep. You know? And scriptures say none of them shall break their ranks. Go ahead, finish that out, then we'll get brother
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it out, because I know you read that. Bring that up, and then we'll get back to the
It's Isaiah 34. Come near, yea, nations to hear and hear. Come near, ye the nations to hear.
That's the one.
And hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come from forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is upon all nations.
Yeah, upon all nations, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is gathering all these nations together for a great battle, you know, which ultimately is their own destruction. Go ahead, brother.
If I may add, that nation, those group of nations also include Israelites.
Yep, that's right.
2/3 of our people.
Right.
So there's 18 nations on the earth.
Right.
For the enemy.
And going even deeper into it, hey, Israel scattered amongst all these nations. So even when these nations come together for battle, you're going to have Israelites amongst all these different military nations, man, fighting for their respective so-called nation. You know, whether it's in a jet, whether it's on foot, whether it's in a tank, you know, whether it's in a spaceship, so-called spaceship that Esau's got,
the ocean,
you know, a big old naval vessel. You know, and here it is. They think that they're part of that nation. They think they're American. Right. You know, they think they're all these different terms, but really, you know, they're actually Israelites. Go ahead, brother.
And his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Mm-hmm. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Yep. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
That's that great destruction that takes place. Hey, you know, the scenes you see in these movies, man, when these bombs, these missiles, you know, hit that big old mushroom cloud that folds itself and goes up into the upper atmosphere.
If I may add to what you're saying, the other day I had watched the Book of Eli. And if you're looking at the Book of Eli, you can see that was a nuclear catastrophe that happened. Yep. And some of the scenes, you can see that there was a crater from a nuclear missile hitting something. Mm. And then also when he was in the little room that they had put him in because the guy didn't know he had the book yet. If you look on the calendar that was on the wall, it says this is year 2024. Yeah, if you look on the calendar that was in the wall, it says this is year 2024. I'm like, yo, I hope that shit happens. I hope that shit happens.
We have to screen record.
Yeah. I was like, yo, I hope this shit happens.
Is it towards the end of the movie?
No, so when he goes to the town, he goes into the town at first. Yeah. It's at the beginning. He goes there, he gets the little.
So it's at the beginning. Okay,
it's at the beginning when he gets to do the little thing to charge up his battery. Then he goes across the street to the bar. And then he beat up the people. Then they put him in there in that room. And Meg from Family Guy, I don't know her name. She comes in there and starts talking to him about the book and shit. And as they're talking, if you look in the background, it says it's a count. It says this is year 2024. Oh my God, dang! So Lord will, this shit happen next year, man.
We know something about it.
We know something about it.
Yeah, because you know they be putting shit in movies.
We know something's about to happen very, very soon that's going to change, people's perspective and outlook, on society, and ultimately we see society, taking a hard left turn, and ultimately down that left turn, that route is the MOTB, man. We see that clear as day. Go ahead, brother.
Get rid of that cash. I'm rising. Break out.
So he said, give it up.
And their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, because this place is soon gonna be ripe for the picking, man. Once that leaf is ready, and only Yahweh Bashim Yahushua knows, only the Most High Yahweh knows, that leaf is gonna fall down to the ground, man. This place is almost ripe. Go ahead, bro.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
There it is. And that sword, what is that sword? That sword is those intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? They're literally gonna go out of the firmament and come back in the firmament. And you can do your own research on the trajectory plans of these nukes, and Esau even shows you how they'll go into the upper atmosphere and come back down. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like going back to the catapults they had.
Or even the old school, the ancient era. Yeah. To shoot up further, they
knew the mark
where it's at, right?
And they knew the wind.
Yeah.
If it had this much wind, it'll take it. Yep. When you shoot guns, you know how far the elastic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The velocity. Yeah. Oh, velocity.
So you'll know until how much distance the bullet can travel until until other factories take a
right.
Total the bullet.
Right.
But so this all of this, come on, man. This is Esau. These are the other nations. They're bigger to putting money into military and defense and destruction. So they know these things.
Speaking on that, right? I saw this. When somebody posted on their Instagram, one of the brothers, right? He said the Edomite dude, he worked for General Dynamics, and last year and this year the defense budget was a certain percent. It went up. Next year it's gonna go up 10% from $766 billion to about $800 billion. So they preparing for something that's coming up. They're preparing for something that's coming up, man. We gotta be more circumspect,
Hey, like if I may add, when that ocean started to recede back right before a tsunami, man.
Oh yeah. That's a warning sign.
Yeah. That's right.
It's high time to wake out of sleep, man. You so called niggas and teenage Native Americans, man. Hey, and going back into what the brother was talking about the velocity and the trajectory, that further proves that the Earth is not flat. That further proves when you go into how these scientists or nuclear scientists will tell you that the Earth ain't flat because they had to calculate everything. They had to calculate everything around the Earth being round to shoot a missile 2,000 miles. If you say you saw a missile straight 2,000 miles away, it would hit the upper atmosphere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the Earth is so-called flat, technically you can still hit your target.
Russia can shoot going to China.
God. That's why that's going right into what the brother was reading, man. That's why technically they have to shoot that arrow at a high altitude, to come down and hit the mark. But moreover, going into that scripture, the Most High is going to be guiding these missiles. Right? The chariots, the angels are going to be at work with every single missile, making sure it hits that mark. Like I said to Joel, they shall not break their ranks, man. They will not thrust one to another.
Remember what Elijah showed Elisha, the power of the heaven.
Yeah,
remember what we went to the book of Maccabees before every war. Maccabees let his woman know power comes from the heavens. It ain't about shield and buckler, it's from the heavens. And when the Lord said, Yahweh said, it's time. Everything is going in complete order. start from the heavens.
If I may add, he used those words to encourage his people because he did it based on past history. When Israel was in a war with this nation, and the Lord delivered them. They got to be in that same. We got to be in the same mindset today. Right. The Lord's going to deliver us. So like,
yeah, you got There's two things the Lord showed you. Everything goes at His time, and always depend on Him. Because it's not about numbers. But see, that's what Yahweh always wanted to explain. It's still in Jacob. It's not about fucking numbers. When you read the book of Judah, a woman, that's a shameful way that your white man to die. He got drunk. He filled with his loins, not with his head. He got headed by a woman. Now, how, do you know your countrymen came back? So did you take over that nation Israel? Sir, your Lord, he got beheaded by a woman. Hey, dude, you might. That's a joke.
Yeah, it was never about numbers like you was going into with Israel, man. I mean, with King David, you know, King David, his mighty men, you know, right? You know, yeah, you know, yeah. You know, you had Adino take down a whole fleet of Philistines with one move, man. So it's never about numbers with the Israelites, man.
Samson with the jawbone.
God,
Yeah,
because Yahweh Shai requires faith, man. You know, he wants you to believe in him that all things are possible, man. You got a whole lot of people, you got a whole lot of numbers, you know, and you're looking like, yeah, we're mighty, we're strong. Look how they're going, I'm doing this, you know, look at us, you know. We can do this, you know.
Jake Conner, because that's why, see, Jake don't see numbers, he would be like, what Jacob said, we're defenseless, we're hopeless.
Yeah.
You're a madman.
Yeah.
You're crazy. How can we go against America? That's why the majority of Jake, they don't see the place going down. Because they believe in the numbers. They believe in the military might.
They sided with the number side, man. They said, you know what? I'm staying with the government, America, you know, so-called white man. They got a lot of people. They got a lot of numbers. What did McCall say? Your boy Floyd Mayweather. He said, "I'm going to Gucci." What that whole thing?
I'm going to Gucci.
Yeah, what are y'all talking about? I'm going to Gucci. That's Jake for you, man. He said, "I hear what y'all saying, but man, they come y'all out. Like, man, I'm going with the world, man. You know, that's what they have." Finish that. Read that verse again, Barbara Shaw. Then we're going to, you know, continue with the rock.
That's why it's good to read David Goliath.
Yeah, come on.
Never.
That's the times that we're in right now.
Faith.
Yeah. Esau being Goliath.
Goliath boasting. Look at me.
Hey, and the problem, the actual problem, the Lord ain't gonna allow nobody to blaspheme His name, and that's one of the things that Goliath did. And Esau's out here blaspheming the name of the Lord on the most
That's a different type of disrespect.
Going into Revelation, I think it's 11 where the Lord was crucified. That's part of the blasphemy of the Lord, man. What Esau's doing.
That's why Scripture they try to wear out the saints.
But to say that, you know, sitteth in the seat, you know, call himself the Most High. You know?
Or blasphemy.
Finish that out, then you can bring your preset. I'm going to jump back in the clock.
Finish it. Isaiah 34 and verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
Yeah.
And if you want to go into verse close in these armies.
Could you read before that where it talks about the sword shall be bathed in heaven?
Come.
Might have been the same verse.
Yeah, it is. Yep. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their host shall fall down, and the leaf shall fall off from the vine, and as a falling
and
twig.
once the leaf falls off the vine, it don't go back upon the vine. You know, it goes to the ground, it withers, and it you know, disappears, man. And that's what's about to happen to the so-called white man.
That's right.
Once he gets taken out of rulership, once he gets taken out of power, once his kingdom is destroyed, man, that's it for him. Go ahead, bro. Ain't no more coming back into power like we was going into earlier. You know, he came out of power, you know, and was bound for that 1,000 years, and then he was loose for that little season. You know, what did Esau say? We will return and build the desolate places, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
As a falling fig from the fig tree.
Uh-huh.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Yep. Behold, it shall come down upon the Idumeans.
That's right.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's right, to judgment, man. These nuclear missiles, these are the Lord's nuclear missiles, man, that are coming upon these people, the so-called white man, these other nations, and these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, to judgment, man. Ultimately, it's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Go ahead, bring your precept out, brother.
This is Psalms 58, starting at verse 6. It says, break their teeth, O Yahweh, and their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrow, let them be as cut in pieces.
Yep, and that's what the Lord's going to do via Yahweh Shah and the angels and the men that the Lord has set up to cut this place into pieces, man. All right, the Lord is going to allow us to triumph over our enemies, man. If one of y'all brothers can get Ezekiel 25 right quick and start at 12. Whichever one of y'all brothers got it first. Yeah, go ahead, 25, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12 says, thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged themselves upon them.
And how did Esau do that, man? First of all, saying back in Genesis that he would slay his brother Jacob after the passing of his father, man. Vengeance started then, man. All right, it may have even started in the garden. I can't expand on that. Did you have something you want to say?
Yeah.
I'm good, brother.
Oh, I was gonna say that's why Wikipedia. If you can still find it, I got it. I got the paper. It tells you basically Edomites top they knew they were Edomites. They want their birthright. Yeah. So
It's still
built on point.
He got a right. Yeah, he got a what's the word?
That's a good word.
I guess that's a
good word.
You know, he can't let that go. Yeah. He got to figure that against Jake, man. I can't let that shit go, man. You know, sit right with Esau, man. Though he saw it carefully with tears, there was no replace of repentance for. He even went to crying. You know, he said, "Read about crying. Please." You know, it still ain't working. You know, the cries were legit when you go from mourning straight to anger. You know, if you try crying, oh, that don't work. Now I'm angry, I'm gonna kill him. You know,
yeah. And that's why he's openly putting us to shame. That's why what is it? Ezekiel tells you when basically he had a chance to stop, but they just kept going.
Oh, yeah, the perpetual hatred.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Go ahead, bring that up.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 4, it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Yeah. And if somebody go into the blue letter, hold that. Somebody go into the blue letter and get to go into that word perfection. And go, oh, never walk down this street. They better not. We're gonna cut their ass the fuck up.
There's been a gag out there. You see guys.
Don't make us look bad.
No,
stand for cars.
Let them go.
Let
LIG.
them go.
Let it go.
Stand for cars.
We don't stand like they do.
Yeah, go to that. Contend with God. We bring out a lot. We're gonna bring out again. Going to that word perfection.
Y'all got it?
Yeah, I got it. It is Strong's H5769. It says a long duration, quiddity.
Over that long duration, going back.
All the way to the garden. Yep. Yeah, the garden. Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
King Nathan says long duration, quiddity, maturity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient.
Oh, it's an old ancient hatred. He's excellent to that great.
Because Jake said, "How do you hate me?" And he started telling you,
That was years
"I don't
ago.
know." They'll tell you,
He's still mad about that shit that happened. They said he's still mad about that shit that happened back in, the
Fifth grade.
He's still mad about that first fight. Esau said, "Hell yeah."
Nigga.
said that was years ago. He said that was weeks ago.
It said always.
Yeah, always. Oh, Esau's always gonna hate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. In the kingdom, he's gonna hate you, bro. You know?
That's why it's gonna be nice. They gonna hate
God.
us.
Yeah. You know? That makes you that much better. Yeah, you beating up on someone that likes you, wants to be your friend, man. Hey, man, it ain't as good as someone that really deep down inside, you know, despises you. And we're gonna be able to read their minds in the kingdom, man. So there ain't gonna be no hiding.
We're gonna allow them to,
You know?
do certain things.
Yeah, because Esau right now, he can smile, he comes crouching, he deceives our people. But it ain't gonna be able to deceive in the kingdom, man. They ain't gonna be able to hide them. We're gonna be able to read their inner thoughts, man. You know, so they're gonna just go, they'll be like, man, they can read our minds. We might as well keep these stink ass looks on our face. It ain't like going to work.
But, you know what I'm saying? But, then we're gonna hear that.
Yeah, kind of.
We're gonna let it happen.
Right. You know, because
We free. And there we go.
God.
Our taskmaster.
Right.
Wait on his ass, yeah. We gonna
God. Was there any more on that?
Yeah, he was reading.
Yeah, it says perpetual, everlasting, indefinite, unending future.
Unending, man. Hey,
Eternity.
and that's what we're trying to tell you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So-called white man doesn't like you, man.
Why did you hate us? Why keep us all day long? They don't understand. They don't understand because they go back to that ancient hatred.
Right. Go ahead. You can continue on.
It says, verse 6, I'm going to read verse 5 again. It says, because thou hast had perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
His blessing, you know, with his blessing, he used to get you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
It says, in the time of their calamity,
Yep.
in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yep.
Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, I will prepare unto thee blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
So when Esau had a chance to let us go back to our homeland, what they did, 1948, they said, no, fuck that. They said, no, fuck that.
He said, hut.
Blue 42, hut. They said all of them.
They went straight into the end
We
zone.
let these niggas go. Fuck that.
They went straight to the end zone. They said, touchdown. We're the
We
real
going
Jews.
there.
Touchdown. We're the real Jews. You know, God. Go ahead, bro. Is that it?
Yeah, go back to Ezekiel 30, 25 and 2 about Michelle. I'm trying to find that piece of where the Lord says he'll have Because that goes into that too. But go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12. It says, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Timon and from Dedan.
So yeah, you hit the point, man. The Lord's going to allow us to get vengeance on on our enemies based on what the brother was reading over here in Psalms 59, 58.
There's nothing better to see the fall of thy enemy.
Yep.
Oh, let me get that Exodus right quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 16, and I'm 17. Yeah, let's say 16 at the top. That's all. 16. Dwada. This is Exodus 17 and 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Ribhadim, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek tomorrow. I will stand at the top of the hill and with the rod of Yahweh in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses said and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let his hand down, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the other side, the one on one side, and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. It doesn't say how many people the Lord used, but we know from history it couldn't have been a large number, man. All right.
And another thing too, man. Just remember, Moses was a great, deliverer for Israel, and his faith and all that he done, he actually had to go through a war. Basically, my point is, you gotta have that war set down. You gotta understand this stuff. This is nothing you gonna put your feet up. You don't put your feet up at war. You don't get comfortable at war. You don't get complacent.
And Moses, so I ain't mean to cut you out. Moses was before he, woke up to who he was, and or I should say, before, the spirit of Yahweh Shah came upon him, and gave him a job to do and set in his mind, he was in a comfort state because, he was in Pharaoh's, household and, living good, living, living, at a nice ease, so to speak, man. Lavish life, man. He wasn't living like the other Israelites were living. He didn't have to go out in the field, go out and make hard clay and build up, Egypt, man.
And then what they say, he thought about his people.
God.
So he said, fuck, hell with all of that. Hell, that's why Pharaoh was like, Pharaoh, what are you doing? But why you, and that's why even when Moses did what he, that's how you know Moses was on a different level. He was able to take on an Egyptian like that. That shows that he knew warfare. He knew certain things. But then he was like, oh, thou, who are these? Basically, that's how much, Moses wasn't on a high level than Israel. He wasn't out there with Israel. But then my point is this: you take into consideration, right? You think about his people. Same thing us. We could all just go, go back to the world and all, say fuck it. The family lifestyle that America offers. And say fuck it. But hey, we made a consideration by Yahweh Shah, not people.
That's that burning desire, that fire that Yahweh Shah puts inside of us. Because like your brother said, Moses could have easily not done what he did, but the Lord put that fire in him to be like, man, nah, you know what, I'm doing something about this, man. Whatever happens to me, so
Egyptian. He said,
yeah, God. Yeah. And it was probably in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Because he might not went over, I'm gonna kill him. He might have went in there just trying to, what are you doing out of the heat with anger and one thing, and the Egyptian might have almost fought back, but what are you doing? Slaving, it might have been a tussle.
You ain't gotta worry about it. You're free.
God, so.
I'm going to keep reading.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 15, it says, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh the Sea, for he said, because the Lord Yahweh hath sworn, Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And Amalek is one of the seeds of Esau, man.
That's right. The top one. So the Most High Yahweh was at war with these elite bankage families, man.
And it showed you that because look at who all runs the rap industry. Really like the top things that destroys Jake.
Yeah.
Amalek running.
They have the top tier control.
Drugs.
Yep.
Rap, fashion, everything.
Yeah. And they ain't taking no selfies. Yep. They ain't taking no selfies. They ain't got no Instagrams or Facebook. They ain't letting you take pictures of them just standing on the side of a fucking, They don't want you to know who they are, man. They don't want you to know the type of power that they have, man. That's a tactic, a very good tactic that Esau has almost perfected, man.
Yeah, and they're not gonna let you know how they get it. Because you knew, you'd be like, oh hell.
Yeah.
You gotta go to war.
God.
That's what. And it's funny. A lot of people are finding out about Martin Luther King that he really fucked up at the end, and he really was ready to go to war with these devils, man. But he knew that there's no war, no peace with these devils, man. Yeah. Yeah. And if our people really understood how the devil worked, man, he wouldn't be talking this shit, all this, going into these propaganda, be watching fucking Love and Hip Hop. You'll be trying to find these devils, man. Your average Edomite neighbor, he'll.
Yeah.
You want to be black on black crime.
But you can't find this man. Like the scripture said, he's the father of lies, man. It's kind of fraud and deceit. So here it is. He's ruling this. When you go into like the ancient times, you had a king, You got a ruler, so a person who sat on the throne you can tangibly see. So when something happens, or the people were distraught or uproar, the people they were like, "We're going after the king." The king might feel kind of like, "Oh, get him, protect me."
Guards.
There it is. When something happens in this place, and the people uproar, they're going after anybody and everybody who the people who got the power.
It's gonna go around burning.
So the people who got the power ain't got to worry about nothing. They can walk right with them in the crowd, like, "Yeah, get them." They provoke it. They rile it up, man.
They can provoke it to help to benefit them.
God. I'm one of the protesters too,
And Amalek, support Amalek.
Yeah, God. Right. People riot and they blame it all on the president. They blame it on the Democratic and Republican, the legislation, all that bullshit, man. And they're nothing but pawns in the game. And here it is, you got these upper elites that are really pulling the strings. And when you tell our people this, they really kind of look at you sideways, man. When you tell them that the president is really not the last man in charge, he's really not calling the shots. Now he has a certain level of power, but not the power that these upper elites have, man. They look at you like you're crazy, like, man, yeah, right, what's this guy doing? I didn't vote my whole life. They're on their 30th vote, thinking something going to change, man.
Going to Egypt,
right?
Trusting him.
Yeah, kind.
Because the chariots, horses,
Because there are many going right back into sign with numbers,
I'm going to Gucci.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
So this is back into Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 50 and 10. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, and Salakia, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Shemal Shah. And there's going to be these nations, man.
Yeah.
Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, or ye destroyers of mine heritage.
Yeah, they rejoiced. They were glad. Oh, the Israelites in slavery? Okay.
And the day that we're seeking for.
Yeah. Let's profit off of that. Let's see what do they like to buy. What do they like to eat? What do they like to sell to the
I was just thinking that. Thinking that shit.
They like to wear weaves, wigs, cigarettes, vape shops, tobacco, weed.
Gucci.
Yeah. White tees, $5 white tees, black tees. And these other nations come over here and they set up these stores amongst you. They don't go to eat. You don't see no goop. You don't see no Ishmael corner store out where Esau live at, man. You see that right in your hood community ghettos, man. And Ishmael is profiting. He's doing very good amongst you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They living good off you, man. They don't live in the hood. They don't live in the projects, But their stores be in the particular areas, man. And they're doing so good that they can set up other people that come over from these other nations and set them up in what's it called? When they get, I forgot the term that's called, but Esau gives these other nations these particular grants.
Tax cuts.
Yeah, tax cuts, and they give them these grants and loans to establish a business. And it's like a cycle loan, because once they get their loan and they pay a certain amount back, they can give another person a loan, and it keeps going on and on. That's why you see
that's why 10 years.
Yeah,
bring
I got a name for it.
Yep. They bring other family members to set them up for us.
It's like a cycle.
Yep.
Because
another thing, they know the other nation ain't never rebel. That's why you never see Ishmael. You see they'll give them like their own building because they know they can place. They're not going to overthrow nothing. Right. That's why you don't see no Ishmaelites out here prophesying against America. You're not going to see it because this is really that people. This is they came here to escape. Their belief system. Now they have. Some of them want to go back.
Yeah, some of them want to go back.
But once they really get fucked over, they see like, oh shit, this is no future here. I'm working too much. That's when they see, okay, but they're not going to do nothing else. They're not thugs.
It says, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at the grass, and bellows as bulls. Your mother, which is, Europe, Great Britain, shall be sore confounded, because that's where America was founded out of.
And it's crazy because when you look at that, you go to the field, you see horses and cows, and they graze all the damn day. They get fat, they get good, that's the thing, yeah. That cow right there, good, well taken care of, that's what you want. But how did Esau, Esau and America ain't like that because they ate off us.
Yeah.
They destroyed us.
Yeah.
I was talking about that to South America. There's minerals in the islands in South America, Central America, that's very useful to America. And Esau has control over these things. Man. And they're able to make imports and exports. Man.
Yeah.
Everything is Esau owns really like the waters, man. And that's how Esau stays in power. And it's crazy because his power is wicked source of legislation and laws. That's how he put nations in fear, control. Because prior, the other nations didn't have no power. They didn't have no leagues packed with each other. But now, the other nations like, man, fuck this whole. They seen the corrupt, they seen a lot of things, the homosexuality, etc. They're like, no, we ain't with this now, man. And then, Esau gave certain nations ideas, tactics, codes,
And technology.
little military things. And the other nations like, motherfucker. But then, Esau, they do them little dirty deals, kill, like Esau got blood in their hands. So a lot of times, them other nations like, you remember when you killed our senator?
Yeah.
We saw everything that you've done here. We get our chance. That's when it comes to the World War III. They're sending the nukes up there.
Hey, all that what you just said goes into 50 and 14, where the Lord's gonna put them in the red gift Babylon. Because all that stuff, all the things that you were just explaining, how they took down the economy, how they destroyed the system of their culture, destroyed their buildings,
That really did for the people.
And wars.
Made the woman whores.
And we always talk about how, when Jake or some of these people out here discover a new free energy, cars that run off of gas or anything, all of a sudden they end up in the river or end up disappearing, so-called committed suicide. But also these other nations, man. Let these other nations come up on a big deposit of gold, a big deposit of diamonds, a big deposit of precious stones, man. Oh, Esau's rolling on them, man. It's the same thing, man. You was gonna say something about it?
I got
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, brother. You can go back to what you said.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2, it says, Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, and thou art greatly despised.
Yeah, he just made us greatly despised by all these nations, man. And soon they're going to turn their backs on America. They're going to be like, you know what, I had enough of this place. And we're always starting to see that, man.
It's like the nigga woman that came to Dubai. They said, man, we're not tolerating that shit.
And hey, you saw the video. She didn't yell at a prince. She didn't yell at some man was walking around, a sheik, that was carried him on his shoulder, that was on a yacht. She yelled at the rental car agent, the man that takes your money. So she yelled at an average man over there in Dubai, man. That's right. And her ass got locked up.
Yeah, and the other nations are seeing this passport is doing. This passport thing is doing things and shooting the other nations. Yeah, why do you Americans keep coming over here?
Yeah.
Ain't y'all? What's going on over there?
Man.
Then you got TikTok.
Yeah.
These other nations are seeing the foolishness here. And they don't want that shit, that democracy in their country.
And they know that shit rubbed off. Over there, they know they gotta cut that shit out right now, man. You get your hand shut off, you get your hand chopped off, you get your head chopped off, so that we don't want you bringing that vibration. Maybe our woman might. Hold on.
Going back to
close your eyes.
Esther.
God, that might rub off on our woman, and now all of a sudden they want to be liberated.
When you heard that conversation.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah, and that's through the book.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
That shit quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
they said, hold on. You gotta nip that shit because if you don't do that, all women gonna think that. They ain't got
a disease.
Yeah.
A virus. Now all women say, oh, why I gotta wear all these clothes? Why I gotta cover myself? I got a voice. I got a voice.
They said, I was a slave to men.
It's my body, my choice. If I want to yell, I'm going to yell.
I want my womanly round.
I couldn't even imagine living in a place where a woman can't yell, bro. That's over here. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's kind. Especially with the nigga woman. You heard the Jake trying to, the nigga simp trying to stand up for the woman. She did nothing wrong. All she did was simply raise her voice.
Bitch, you out of line.
That sounds like a wrong to me. That's it.
But see, that's Christianity.
Yeah, God.
Okay, see, Christianity make you feel good. You go any way you want. Delusion. You do as you want. Lord, die for my
You want to
sins.
yell at the top of your lungs? Just yell at the top of your lungs. Son. You can do it right here. And
God is good.
That shit be annoying. And you be seeing these people in like the grocery store with their kids. The kids, they just be walking the kids, just be yelling at the top of their lungs, terrorizing the whole store. And the parents don't say shit. You
And
know?
they probably got on disturbing the peace charges, man, because it's probably so peaceful over there. That could be something they could have got on.
There's a whole lot of things you can't do over these other nations that you can do over here, bro. And they don't take due kindly to that shit. They actually despise that shit. And ultimately, you can be put to death for saying certain things, looking at a person a certain way, or don't. And not even going into Dubai and these Middle Eastern countries. You go into certain America, South America, Russia.
America.
I believe in Russia, you can't. There's a whole lot of things that the Russians don't like. Man, I used to know, but certain things that you would think was like friendly things you would do over there, they despise.
I think there's a video about that.
Yeah, come on.
The do's and don't.
Yeah, it's like spitting on the sidewalk. You can't do that.
We gotta realize that's why the other country got blue water for.
Yeah, come on.
I went to Cuba, man. I was like, God damn, shit is straight.
Oh, you been there? That's crazy. Man, you gotta have a talk. Where my family's from. You gotta have a talk. Got it. But yeah, America humanizes Cuba and the other islands, man. And the other places. But look at that water. That should tell you, water should touch you, let alone tell you about that nation. Because that's what you got to drink. You don't care about your own water. That means there's mental issues going on. And that shows you right there, Esau said, that's power. If I fuck up the food, I fuck up the water, I fuck up the resources, I got the power. That just shows you the mind, how America is, man. You can't go to your beach, your local beach and go get no damn water. You can't go to your local lake or river and go get no water.
Just made me think of Flint, Michigan, still fucked up from that man of water. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the other place that you got? Memphis,
No.
Texas somewhere. Fucked up water. New Orleans.
I found it. You can't take your shoes off in Russia. It's 15 things. I'm pulling up. It's 15 things to not do in Russia. One of them, you can't take your shoes off. It's shake hands. It says, do not shake hands with your gloves on unless you want to insult the person from meeting.
See, I seen something the other day, man, that syphilis is so bad here in America, you gotta stop shaking people's hands because you don't know who got that shit.
Herpes too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, there's a lot of man.
I can't even look at it.
You got again. Let's look at the infrastructure here. People, they don't care about. These people are entitled. They act like they're celebrities. So they're the trash can be right there. Y'all know y'all go to it. We're not here telling y'all support America and bring back America. Fuck this place. But these people are so the illusion that America's so great, but you have people the trash can right there and they throw themselves.
They'll trash. They'll live in a particular apartment complex or a housing area, and they'll get in their car right in front of their house, throw trash out, and the shit will just blow it right in their face. You trash in your own space. You come back, you're like, where the hell this shit come? Oh, this shit mine. You know, this shit be crazy as hell.
But these people defile their own temple every day.
Every day, bro.
Their vessel and their peace dwelling. You know what I'm saying? So what can you expect from these fucking animals?
Smoking cigarettes, lit a cigarette out.
You know?
Cigarettes all in the front of you. Your lawn, in the front of your door.
But the illusion is it's the most cleanest country.
Yeah. God. And Esau keeps that up really hard. He's worked very hard at promoting that to make these other countries and these other destinations look like they're not better than America. A lot of different places on the earth, like your brother was going into, are a lot cleaner, man. You know, and better places to be.
They had a lot of moral codes that you can go to jail for doing like some moral. Like again, raising your voice, stealing. That's good. Stealing? Yo, you put your hands up.
And where's that all? And it all goes back to the ancient times.
And it shows you go down the street, you paying $7. You are still.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got to check no record.
But what
Esau trying to? I need you to sit. I need you to pay me $100. We can scan your record so I can see the guy. Man, shut the fuck up. But when you go to certain countries, you see certain things like, damn, why is he in $7? He's a thief. He's a thief.
Like, if I may, like the things we share, amongst the brotherhood, man. We see these other nations, like I believe it was Ben Yumyan, and you know, they don't play, man. I think it was an older lady. She did something to a little kid. Yo, they stripped her, set her ass on fire, man.
Oh, and it was in Haiti.
Haiti, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it was.
It was, somebody put it on the.
Where do you think Ishmael got that, man? And it wasn't just some new thing. We're gonna make a new law.
Right.
Still gonna cut your hand off.
Right.
You do this, we'll burn you at the stake. No, that goes back from the things they've been taught from generation to generation, which really goes back to the ancient times. Man. You know?
Abraham.
Yeah. Like our cousins. That's what I'm saying. They have the customs, you know, trickled on down and down, and they kept them. Our forefathers kept this, and this is the law that we stand by. We're going to uphold this, you know?
Like when you see Ishmael woman public, that's all really our woman should be
Exactly.
public. Not that all black, you know, apparel, but that's how women should be public. There's certain things that you can somewhat look at, you know, okay, now the way they breathe, deal with each other, that's how we was at one point, you know, but those are cousins.
Yep.
Keturah, Abraham and Keturah.
You can keep going, brother.
This is verse 12. It says, Jeremiah 50:12, your mother, which is Great Britain, shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Going into one of them ICBMs hit this place, man. As the brother was reading earlier, you was reading Isaiah 47? Yep, and also in he was also reading. No, this brother was reading Ezekiel. No, and Isaiah 34. Verse 13, it says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goes by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Modern day Babylon is America, but ancient Babylon is Iraq, and that Babylon is still inhabited. So you know this is not talking about Babylon in the Middle East. That's named currently Iraq.
Right.
Verse 14 it says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow."
I don't know how Christians ask. This is show you they're delusional, they're paid off. You got it.
Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord. Now, how she sinned against the Lord, as the brother had read earlier, because by taking vengeance against the Lord's people, man. That was it.
We're out the saints.
I mean, I could read some more, but that was it,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the point.
Took peace from the earth.
Yep. And going back to the pastors, you know, that's why they have to go to these different, you know, seminary schools or whatever they call them they can be trained on how to preach. You know, they're not really trained on history. They're not really, you know, taught certain things. They're taught in a way to talk to the people, talk over with the games, the gimmicks, you know, the distraction. You know, less about the information, more about the feeling, right? You know, don't worry about the words that I'm saying. Listen to how I'm feeling, I'm moving, and feeling in you too. You both will be feeling good, right? Yeah, that's how all these churches are, man. You know, these churches aren't going into history, man. You know, now you'll have a very rare pastor that will actually go into some history, you know, or actually go into certain aspects of the scriptures, you know, and go deeper into the scriptures than these other pastors. But moreover, still they're not pushing the 100% truth. They're not pushing the full doctrine, man. Like the scriptures say, you know, there's no. I dwelleth not in places. Temples made by
Acts 7:24.
Right. Yes, you was gonna say something about?
Acts 17.
Oh, come.
Yeah, Acts
48.
7:48. Yeah, I thought it was 43.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the real wisdom and knowledge is out here in the highways and byways, man. Like Apostle Tahar brought out earlier, you know, in his video, you know, really, this word has traveled, and the majority of us have woken up by the way of the internet, man. You know, it wasn't by coming stumbling across a camp, you know, walking down the street. Now, brothers have woken up and come into the knowledge by that, especially in the 80s, you know. But the majority of the brothers that woke up is via the internet, man. You know, the unicorn, man. The scripture said, "But a unicorn served me." You know, so that's how this word has really traveled all over the four corners of the earth. You know, now you have camps, you have brothers all over the four corners of the earth camping out in the highways and byways week in and week out. But you know, this internet really has been established, okay, for this wisdom and knowledge and truth. You know, just like the scripture says in Isaiah, you know, behold, I've created the Smith and the Waster. All right, that Smith is that scientist, and ultimately you see these particular people that came together before the internet was around. You know, before they had that technology, and they devised the internet. They devised these different platforms. You know, these satellites. You know, Wi-Fi and all that, and they thought it was going to be for their gain. You know, but ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua put that spirit and that knowledge inside of them for a particular reason, and it was for this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. And now they're trying to shut it down, man. Here it is. They're like, we got the internet, we got Wi-Fi. You look at all the things. Now they're trying to like, okay, what did we just create? You know, now they can go out and make videos, and everybody's watching these videos. They're airing us out. They're speaking about the things we're doing behind closed doors. Now we got to shut it down. They're striking our videos, or they're taking our channels down. And now they're talking about, well, eventually we know they're going to completely cut off the internet, you know, for the public at least, man. So, because they're going to try to completely control the narrative, man. You have something you want to say, bro?
Yeah.
Come on.
This is Jeremiah 49:10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
Woo! It uncovered his secret places. And the so-called, his own people are airing this devil out, man. You know, they got the so-called conspiracy theorists, you know, these different labels. You got these Christians, the good old Christians. You got these different particular people with their own podcasts that go into all the different things that Esau's doing concerning his witchcraft, concerning what goes on behind closed doors, concerning what he's doing all over the four corners of the earth. Like the scripture says, he shall make his own tongue fall upon himself, man. You know, roughly paraphrase. Go ahead, brother.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
Yeah, he's not able to hide himself, man, because this man is being exposed on a high level, mainly by the men that Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up all over the four corners of the earth.
He couldn't hide his biblical name no more.
Right. God.
Being exposed, you can't hide underneath these terms and lingos.
Yeah.
We understand English is the best of time.
Right.
You know, one word can mean 10 different things.
Right.
So you can't hide no more.
Yeah.
He's a biblical Edomite. Other one.
I
Not other one. Dang.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, going right back to Genesis, man. It said, my father died. And how did what you would call it know that? Was it his mother
Rebecca?
Yeah. Because you know she told you know Jacob to flee. You know? So he didn't just say it under his breath. Hey, I'm cool with it. You know, he didn't just say it under his breath. It was evident that Esau is going to lay hands on you, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he can't hide himself. He couldn't hide it. He couldn't hide this shit. He's like, man, I can't hide this. You know, I can't break this shit. So, you know, go right into what the brother was bringing out. Yeah, come on. Read that. Start that precept over again, boss.
This is Jeremiah 49, verse 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Because one thing I was on the trucker radio, and I don't know, it was Jake on there just talking. I guess he was vetting. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But he was talking about all the governments, and I was.
So you can talk to all the truckers.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, so you know, it's going in and I stagnation.
Yeah.
And I believe the dude's like, yeah, these Edomites. I said, what? I said, yo, I know how they hear dudes say Edomite. Wow. So they being made there, man.
Wow.
And on the trucker radio, it's Edomites on there too. Wow. So everybody can hear this shit, man. All the truckers that's in that province, you can hear that shit.
Slip up.
You know? So Esau, again, man, people are seeing that this world is fucked up. Taking it up. Can't own anything. This, I said, yo, what the hell is going on? I've been working night shift. I'm like, yo, dude.
That makes sense with that night?
Yeah, that night. Dude, Jake, man.
It's like a quick little testimony. I was playing a game some years back. You know what I'm saying? I had put the name of the Lord on my caption on my game or something.
Yeah.
And somebody recognized it. Man, on the side of the United States. You know the name of the Lord? That's crazy.
Right back into this word. Yeah, it goes right back into this word, man. Hey, it has been accomplished, this word traveling all over the four corners of the earth, man. That's why, you know, when all hell breaks loose, there ain't gonna be no excuses, you know, that you're gonna have to say to Yahweh Shemel Shah.
But you said this word shall go across the four corners.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Come on now.
Then the end shall come.
Come, like, all right, so Lord, and I let you know, the Lord ain't gonna have men in every single place teaching. No. It's by the media.
Right.
The internet.
Scripture says you should never hold your peace day or night.
Yeah.
How is that? Everything we're gonna be out here day and night, always talking about the scriptures. You know, always
24-hour king.
24-hour prophecy. No, that's talking about a way that, using these satellites, man, using the airwaves, man.
And videos are always constantly going up.
Right.
My phone, notification on every day on a new channel, video coming up.
So I said, what have we created?
What have we done?
He said, see, I knew it. He said, what was it? You better than kids. I would have got away with it.
He said, it'd be like this.
He said, you better than kids.
He said, and I would have gotten away with it too.
Yeah. Now we got to shut it down because these black Hebrew Israelites. Go ahead, bro. You have more on that?
Yes, says, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. I'm going to drop down to verse 13. It says, for I have sworn by myself, says Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste.
So it has to be talking about a future judgment. Because they was down before, but then they came back in power to the Renaissance. So this is the future judgment. See, that's why Esau now is saying,
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Take the book out the schools, but turn that up.
No. Then they had this bitch come to the school system and they had what is Sexy Red bitch, whatever her name is. She came to one of the middle schools, man, or the high school.
You hear that, right? Well, you sure ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And you don't see no uproar from these parents, from these people. Take the Bibles out the schools. Hold on. Meanwhile, you got all this crazy ass music and these kids acting, with a bunch of nonsense. And you don't see nobody's got a problem with that at all. You see cool with that.
You see the damage it's doing.
Yeah. Hey, damages. You saw it. Back into the door.
Yeah, what's up
with Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, Kanye River.
Yeah, Con.
Timberlake said that shit. Damage is done, so I guess I'll be
keep going, brother.
What is it? 7 or 8.
It says,
Somebody hold Malachi 1 and 4.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
That's a strong
Come
one,
on.
Jake.
Spirit, bro. Yeah, God.
it says,
It's crazy. They still think the Lord is white. You gotta die. In 2023, you gotta die.
No, like that. Who put that Omar Johnson bullshit in the group chat the other day? Abaya did, where them niggas put out all them guns.
Yeah, he said.
And he's like, these niggas, they gotta be put to sleep.
He said. I'm a
Y'all
psychological.
gotta reset
No, you
that.
gotta see that. He said, because now he's all uppity now. But he had a video when he was old and low cut. He said, yeah, I'm a psychological something. He said, I can't psychological evaluate all these certain niggas. He said, some of these niggas going to sleep for good.
Yo, I was dying when I seen that shit, yo. I'm gonna see if I can find it, yo. I was dying when I seen that.
Go ahead, brother.
He said, these niggas gotta die. He didn't say that, but basically that's what he was saying.
Going to sleep for good.
Go ahead, brother.
it says, a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
It's gonna be a perpetual waste, man. There's gonna be nothing left in this place. This place is gonna be turned into a complete desert by the process of thermonuclear fire, man. There ain't gonna be nothing left in this place but wild animals, man. Wild birds are gonna habitate this place. This place is gonna be set up as a memorial, of what happens when wickedness is pushed on high, man.
I don't want to. That was $35.
I need to know.
You have more on that out?
Nah, it's done.
Con. Bring that out.
You want me to start at 2?
You can. Yeah, con.
Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord.
Start from the top.
Right from the top, Malachi 1:1, the burden of the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2, I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Yep.
Yet,
Talking about you Israelites, man. Go ahead, bro.
yet ye say, wherein house thou loved me? Loved us.
This is what our people say, man. You know, we tell them that the scriptures are for them. This is your heritage. Salvation is only for you, even though the majority of our people are not going to be saved on this side. But ultimately, eventually, all of Israel will be saved. You know, but they always want to bring Esau in with them, man. They always want to say, well, hold up. So it's cool about us, but what about the so-called white man? He can't come. And I got this white friend Cindy, you know, and Johnny, so he's not gonna make it. Right. Go ahead, bro.
Don't say nothing about him.
And if I may, I think one of the biggest stumbling blocks on Jake is, why would the Lord put us in slavery? Y'all don't know the scriptures, man. Right. You know, he put us in that predicament because we disobeyed him. You know.
No, Africans in slavery.
Right. God. Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Yep.
Said Yahweh Shemel Shai, yet I love Jacob.
That's right. Yeah, Esau was Jacob's brother. But guess what? The Most High Yahweh loved Jacob, man. Right. Okay? Go ahead, bro. And he made a separation, all right? He separated Esau and Jacob in the womb. You know? We were Esau and Jacob were struggling together in the womb, man. This is going into that perpetual ancient hatred. This goes back, you know, before Jacob and Esau came out to the earth, so to speak, man. They was fighting in the womb. They was fighting in the water, man. Right. You know, to the point where she had to inquire of the Lord, like, hold up, well, I ain't never. This is serious. What is going on?
What is that?
Yo, this is not birth. It's not birthday. It's not convulsions. You know, this is something different. You know, where she prayed to the Most High. Go ahead, brother.
Two manner of people.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
And I hated Esau. Let me read that again. And I hated Esau.
Yeah, so the Most High hates you so-called white people, man. Right. Now, we're not saying that every light-skinned looking person, so-called white-looking person, is an Edomite. It's all about nationality. It's all about your blood, all right, your bloodline, all right? Because our people say, oh, you all hate all white people. You know, we're talking about a nation. We say so-called white people because y'all wouldn't understand what we're talking about if we say Edomites, man. Right. You know? So the Most High Yahweh hates Edomites. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's not a color thing.
Yeah, it's not a color thing, man. You know?
You really got to explain that because people are simple as hell.
God. It's just like going in the car. You know, you just take a Tahoe or a Civic. You know, most of the Civics and Tahoes are a certain color. You know? You know, mostly either like red or black. You know? You know, but can it be other colors? Yes. You might see a blue one.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
I agree.
It's not a special edition.
No. You know?
And I laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Yep, that's right.
That's funny because it's like in certain Chevys, they are known for 5.3 and 5.7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the rare ones. Yeah. Oh, man, those are hard to find. Especially the trucks. Yeah. They make the dualies with the 454. Go ahead, bro.
That's a better engine or something?
It's a big block.
Big block. I don't know what that shit mean. Okay. Y'all got
it. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places.
They said, yeah, we're impoverished, but we're going to return. We're going to build back better. Build back better really goes back before the Dark Ages, man. When they were cast down, you know, when they were bound, they said, once we're loose, we're going to build back better than ever, you know? Go ahead, brother.
That BBB goes into that 666. That's why they say that.
Yeah.
You know, that lowercase b looks like that 6, man. That's why these Edomites got that in their spirit, you know?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, Con, that does go into the 666. Yeah, they look back better. Everything.
That's a business bureau.
Oh yeah. Yep, Con. That's
your business.
Yeah.
World Economic Forum logo.
Yep.
They got the little earth going through the hole.
Yeah, see, Esau thinks he's slick. He knows the majority of our people ain't got that eye. They just, you know, they're not really like, they don't see certain things like that, man. Well, we see that shit, man.
And also, that's why the Lord got spirits on certain individuals to point those things out.
God.
Because guess what? You know, we all have been conditionally blind by society, man.
Yep.
And we won't know something until somebody else points it out.
Yep.
because we have been all conditionally blind by society.
And it goes into all his logos. Shell gas station, DP, Walmart, you know, these hotels, these businesses. All, if you go into the logos, they all have some type of witchcraft, satanic, demonic symbolism in them. Every single one of them, man.
Then you got the hand gestures.
The hand gestures, all that, man. Taco Bell, you got the horse.
Yeah. And the
Burger
six, there's
King.
the six in that
Yep.
shit too. The Taco Bell.
All the fast food restaurants, man. Google, Gmail, you know.
You know the April for
All
that.
that shit go back to the top. All that shit go back to the intellect.
And like I said, we've been telling y'all some shit. Y'all just
Put it there for you. Put it on movies.
Go ahead, brother.
But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
That's right. You know, they're going to build, but the Most High Yahweh is going to throw down. You know? Go ahead, brother.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have indignation forever.
So the only people that Yahweh Shem Shai has indignation, righteous anger for concerning the nation of people is you so-called white people. Right. These other nations, man, hey, that doesn't pertain to these other nations, man. Eventually, these other nations, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to have mercy upon them and put them in their own land. Go ahead, bro.
My bad, bro. I'm cutting you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
The scriptures say, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Also, that goes to what the brother just read. Also goes into what we had read earlier. I think it was Exodus 17, where the Lord's gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation. It's a perpetual thing.
17,
Yep.
Was that it on that?
How about that?
What do you brothers have a precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This was Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. It says, "An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips."
How does 10, bro?
Come. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness."
See, our people don't know who their enemy is, man. You know, they think of the so-called white man as friend. They think these other nations are their friends as well, man. You know, they look at their enemy. If anybody is amongst our people, if anybody is their enemy in their eyes, it's their own people, man. You know, which these devils have set, you know, and you know, push certain agendas to establish that. And moreover, it goes into the curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Really, Yahweh Shem Shai has set our people against each other.
21st.
Verse 11 says, "Though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou."
Yeah, it says beware of him, man. You know, you have a big ass dog, or you got a big ass pit bull or Rottweiler or something. You know what I'm saying? You got a big old fence around your house. You put a big old beware sign, beware of dog, on the front of it, just to let people know if they hop that fence, that's their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Postman.
Yeah, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. You know what I'm saying? But our people aren't taking heed to the signs, the warning signs, man. All right? Here it is, we're telling you to beware the so-called white man. All right? That he has plans for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it ain't good plans. Go ahead, brother.
It says, "And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away."
This is the same nigga from the garden. They're like, oh, there you are, Peter. You know? Now it makes sense now. This is the same nigga from the garden, man. He's trying to trick us again, man. You know? The scripture says, you know, our people are of their father, the devil, man. You know? He was a liar, a murderer from the beginning. You know, and the lust of your father you'll do. They want to act just like the so-called white man. All right? And they push and promote his lies. Esau can take a step back, so to speak, because our people are at the forefront of pushing these doctrines and religions, Christianity, Roman Catholicism, you know, all these different modes and you know, human, so-called human rights, feminism. Esau can take a step back at it and let you Israelites run with it, man. And y'all are running with it. Y'all are running with the wrong thing, because the scripture says if a brother can get it, you know, so he can run that leadership. I think it's an opportunity. You know, our people have taken, wickedness and ran with it. They've taken idolatry. They've taken, these religions and doctrines. They've ran with that. Now they're out there pushing that heavy amongst our people, man. When they're supposed to be taking this wisdom, knowledge, and instruction and running with that, man. Their kids. Khan, go ahead, brother.
Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy
He
place.
said, this is my country now. He said, this is my land now. All right? Y'all signed them treaties. We took y'all over. This is America. Going right back to what we brought out earlier with the three men holding the American flag, firmly into the ground on the little mountain, man. And that mountain really symbolizes that little hill that flag was staked in, really symbolizes Esau's government system, man. That whole America and that flag and everything he's pushing is basically established upon. Go ahead, bro.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Yep.
And thou at the last remember my words, and he pricked therewith.
That's right. He saw was trying to take your seat. Look what he did to the so-called Native American Indians, man. Gad and Reuben and various other tribes, man. Though his words, what's the scripture say? Though his words were
Smooth as butter.
War was in his heart. He said, "Can y'all help us?" They were sick. They were dying. They brought over bed bugs. And I remember Elder Yashamama went into bed bugs. How really bed bugs were brought over from
Europe.
So-called Europeans on their ships, man. Esau brought bed bugs over to the Americans, man. And Gad sat there and helped them, showed them how to, use the land, use the trees, use the herbs, for medicine. And Esau said, Esau tried to, he worked slowly and slowly. Here, take this alcohol. We got these bottles from, we come over to these lands. Take this little sip, go right into the, I personally put the bottle to thy lips, huh? Physically. God, got him drunk, got him strung out, and devised a plan amongst the councils to stab, the so-called Native Americans in the back and seize their land, take their women, take their resources, their gold, their silver, because that was common amongst, gold was common amongst, the so-called Native Americans over here in America, man, because America was so plentiful of riches, man. There's so much gold and minerals and precious stones in this land, man. That's why Solomon was coming over here, man. Well, one of the reasons Solomon was coming over to this land. Go ahead, brother.
This is
or Salaki was sending his navy over here. Salaki, go ahead, brother.
It's verse 13. It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins."
Hey, so Salaki, so to go near wild beasts is to partake in the things of these nations, man. Because Esau, Edom, and these other nations are wild beasts. Their customs are of the wild, man. We have our customs that separate us from the world, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. Salaki, bro. Okay, I thought this was getting anyway.
Okay, come.
After we done, we get our Peter 3. Get the NLT.
I lost my train of thought, but basically, it's going into the customs of Esau, Edom, man. That's how people are, following after the beast, going after their ways, man, instead of going into the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai Salaki. But I had lost my train of thought.
That's another reason we need to get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Every year, I feel like my memory is getting worse, bro.
Hey, nah, for real. You're not the only one. Nah, for real.
Esau putting shit in the air, the water, the food. You be forgetting stuff like, man, how I forget that?
It'd be simple shit, too.
Simple stuff,
Get to pay bills.
That shit bite you in the ass.
So, you don't mark everything. Like I said, man, it's time to get up out of here. And that's why, through the bridge that we have to the shop, man, we out here, and we uplift his name and tell our people that we really, how you say it, drill down the scriptures and news to prophesy and proclaim this truth, man, go to 4 corners, man. We need to love you guys to fuck out, man.
You keep finished reading, bro.
God. It says, "Who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry." Verse 16 says,
Where they go to the front of scripture one?
Sirach 12. Sirach.
Okay.
That's one of your favorite.
The charmer.
Yeah, it's one of your favorite.
Oh,
books,
yeah.
See, our minds fucked up.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that's Esau for you. Again, if you don't know this nigga is a devil, you don't know that the so-called white man is your enemy, you gonna fall for anything. So again, because realize you never really was taught with the devastation that Esau did to us, the drugs. It's a lot of things our parents didn't tell us. They pretty much said, I don't want you to understand or know what happened, so just go to school, get education. That's pretty much the mindset that our people told us. Only very few parents told their children what actually happened. A lot of certain parents even told their kids about slavery because they didn't want them to be sad, have stuff like pity. So overall, because our people didn't know. But they've been, bamboozled, they've been lied to through Esau. So they just teach happiness, man. Love, peace, and happiness, man. Because it sounds good, it sounds like it's the right thing to do, but all in all, that'll cost you your life. Because I always ask Jake, so what is the right thing? I ask certain Jakes and be like, just fuck with Jake. So what do you believe into? What do you get into? You hear Jake talking, and then they be talking, try to get a little deep. So I asked him, so what's the right thing? I said, so if you got the East, you got Africa, you got different land masses. Everybody believes in a different mindset, different principles and morals. So and we live here in America. So is what the white man says, or are they wrong? And then Jake can get to looking up, because they don't know. Because that's why I go back to what my point is. Jake don't know what's right and what's wrong. That's why you have to come to the scriptures, man. And our parents never taught us it. This is our parents' teaching. You don't hurt nobody, you love everybody, get education, and chase happiness. But but so far you can go even with that, unless you sell out, and that's even gonna cost you even more grief. So keep going. And that's where Esau led, because our people are dumb, our people are stupid, our people are destroyed. Their mind is gone. You got it.
Continuing Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16, it says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips."
So there you go. He speak nice things. Y'all know how Esau talk. Hey, how you doing? Kelly, bro, with her words, with fake tears. They acted as they cared. When the so-called pandemic was out here, they were so concerned about Jake.
Yeah, we got $400 a week for you guys.
Yeah.
Just sign up for the unemployment, and we got you. Some people get more, some people get $700 a week. The PPE loans and all. Esau made it very easy for you to fake them. Yeah. Like Esau didn't know what the hell was going on. All this technology, and he didn't know that people were faking and doing these fraudulent PPE loans. He was allowing that shit to happen, man. He's going to use that in these times that we're living in now to force that MOTV. Hey, if you don't take this to see him, you took $38,000 in PPE loans 7-8 years ago. Still up. Biden, he extended the what's the word, the investigation for 10 years now. So they can look into that for up to 10 years. And a whole lot of Jakes was doing that shit.
Everything goes in your record.
Everything. Man.
Goes to that number you was given and born with. Everything goes on that record,
But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
So everything Esau does is for his benefit.
His own agenda.
Yep. To destroy you, to overcome and overtake you, so he can stay in the power. So the more Jake is, beguiled by the ways of America, the more Jake has his mindset he's going to go to college, do the right thing, just be bygone with bygone. I don't want to stir nothing up. I don't want to have no problems. You're part of the problem. That's part of the keeping Esau in power.
The satisfied customer. If you can be the satisfied customer, you're gonna keep a satisfied customer. What does he promote? He promotes what made him satisfied, continuation of that business. He said, I'm a satisfied customer. I went there, I purchased, it was great food. It was good. I like this place. That's Jake for you, man. I like these. He's a satisfied customer, so he's gonna promote. If you go to a nice restaurant, you go around, you want to go somewhere good and eat, go down, take the left one, go down there, go to this one spot. They got some great. You promoting their business, And that's the majority of our people, man.
This country and go over there and promote it.
And
that's what Jake
did.
So
Esau's business.
Going back to Exodus, the first chapter, it tells you it was a device, and a cunning plan to destroy our people, destroy the men, starting off with the men. You know, and that's why, and they did it so Jake won't overthrow them. They won't, come together or leave and join another military. I always say this, man. You know, Jake is destroyed when you never seen Jake lead his country to join another military to try to come back and fight here. He said, you know what? I killed my mom. I killed my dad. Why ain't George Floyd people go to another country, join China? So listen, I give you all this. I give the TikToks. I give everything. I want revenge of my fucking father. I used to live in motherfucking New York.
I used to live right.
Killed my fucking father and my parents.
I know where the shipyard.
That's a spiritual city. Because I was watching a movie last night. It was basically going into Afghanistan and America when 9/11 happened. So basically, it was this guy named Ahmed. It was based on a true story. And basically, the Al Qaeda or whatever the case may be, they killed his son. So he ended up joining the army. And he was giving intel. He was like literally fucking them up. Like, he was going crazy.
Yo, Jake, you got Jake that'll go to the military, try to be the best goddamn sergeant, get the badges, cut his beard off, make sure that motherfucker don't ever go back. Right. With the smooth bald.
Shit, they got that laser hair treatment, sir.
Yeah.
But
you would think Jake would be trying to do that.
You would think, he'll cross over and give them other nation intel. No, Jake is the best slave ever.
Hey, but shit, you seen that white person do that shit? There was this damn private dude. He was a fucking military intelligence dude. He gave out secrets that this happened a couple years ago, man. This happened a couple years ago. And then you had that nigga Eric Snowden. He gave out shit for Russia. But like you're saying, Jake gonna do that shit.
And you got a lot of Jakes over here that have high level positions in the military, that have plans, that have layouts and maps where every single naval base is, every single, all the different secret bunkers are. Where they actually could go over there and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you all this information."
You you got Jake that know what they do. And will keep that shit silent until they get that hush money.
Oh, I remember what it was Private Manley, because then when that motherfucker got put to jail, he changed his gender to female, and then they let that motherfucker out.
And ultimately, we know we're just bringing up the idea, and show you how destroyed Jake is, because at the end of the day, we know that these other nations have sleeper cells over here, have spies already, amongst this place, and then they know far more than what a lot of these high level particular men in the United States Army and different branches know themselves by the way of their technology, man. Especially Russia, man. They got enough intel, man. They know exactly they know exactly what their plans are. They just haven't hit that button yet, so to speak. They just haven't executed their plans, because their plans are already laid out, man. They got Russian spies over here. They got Russian agents, dressing themselves up with high-level people in the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and different branches of Esau's system, man. Because really, America's going to be destroyed from the inside out, man. Like we was, paraphrasing in the book of Joel. It says they shall not break their ranks, they shall not thrust together one to another, man. Eventually, there ain't going to be no defense for these missiles that are coming over this place. And ultimately, the America's missile defense system is going to be put on standby, man.
You might have a suicidal mobile and don't hit the button.
Yeah.
When you see the missiles coming,
right.
You're supposed to hit the button and knock off
the one job.
Yeah, one job.
Your job is a missile defense program coordinator.
He said, hit the button. He said, Sushke, hit the button. Susha, hit the button.
He gave him a smile, man.
He shot the Edomite. Shut up.
He gave him a weird smile. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't like that look in your eye.
Buddha. He ain't hit the button, man.
Yeah, he said, why are you looking at me like that? I don't like that look in your eye. Then we knew he was a Russian spy.
It says he will weep with his hands, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yeah. He's not even satisfied with blood. And nothing can satisfy this devil, man. Not money, not blood.
Can you go back to the ancient?
Yeah.
Their birthright. Yeah, more than that, man.
You got it. Psalms 55:20, it says, "We have put forth his sins against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his
Woo!
covenant.
Broke his covenant.
Hey,
Remember that old video with Jake? Remember that old video with Jake? He was like outcry. He was like a dude from New York. He was like, you keep hanging oven a piece of bread in front of us. I'm hungry. He said, I'm gonna eventually knock you out and take the piece of bread. Remember that old video? Jake was saying, you lied to us. You said you was gonna give us 40 acres in a mule. You didn't give us that. So basically, he's working, Esau's promised us a whole bunch of things here in America. He never gave us
He
nothing.
broke all the trees with the
All the
so-called
trees.
Native American Indians, man.
He didn't keep one with
He keep
Gad,
one of them, man. You know, and like that whole 40 acres of mule shit, y'all niggas should be ashamed of yourselves. Even if y'all got 40 acres and a fucking mule, you still have to depend on this devil even to upkeep your 40 acres and a mule, man.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Jake received 40 acres and a mule. He wouldn't even know what to do with it.
I just seen on Instagram
Starving
the
to death
other
on
day.
his 40 acres.
I just seen on Instagram the other day that these Jakes, they bought 90 acres of land, and I think it was in Georgia or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
They
did a
think they
video
about
on
to set up
Must be
motherfucking
like some
Negro
Hebrew
land.
Israelite reservation.
I don't
type
know.
shit.
These niggas are tripping though.
Yeah.
Because they still, like you said, gotta depend on Esau.
For everything. They think they're going to build their own communities and thrive without Esau peeking his head in. Come on, man. They don't understand the power of this devil, man.
What's that, bro?
Ain't that the shit that got bulldozed down? Because they paid taxes?
I don't know. No, I
That
just
was
seen
one.
it
That was
recently.
one of them. But that one in Atlanta you talk about, I believe a lot of them know that they're Israelites. I'm going to say that. You know, and they're trying to build like a community. I forgot what it's called. Man. I did a
What's
video.
that? Chief,
yeah.
Goshen.
Yeah, so-called black communities. They got these T-shirts and they're trying to establish these towns and housing. But it ain't gonna go nowhere, man. Yeah, come on, man. Y'all so
I guess he didn't understand about all the other so-called
Black Wall Street, man.
other Jake civilization here in America.
Right.
If they did that shit to Gad and Judah, come on, man, stop it.
It's 2023.
Yeah.
God loves everybody.
Yeah, come. I mean, Gad and Reuben were thriving over here in America. They had the whole Americas, man. You know what is that saying that Gadite said? Oh man, I forgot.
It was you that said, come on, yeah, you should know.
No, he was saying like, basically they just had sex all day and basically how, you know what I'm talking about, how the life used to be good and the white man came, he fished all day, that's what it was, and then the white man came and gave them this whole idea, and put in their minds that y'all aren't happy, man. This is not what you want. This is not life, man. Y'all need to conform the our way.
They pay taxes. They pay taxes.
Yeah, Esau killed all the buffalo, so they would have to depend on the majority of the buffalo. So so-called Native Americans would have to depend on Esau. Man, I remember that picture I seen. Esau was just stacking up buffalo skulls like high as you can see, man, in that picture, bro. Just stacking them up, killing all the buffalo. So when y'all want to eat, guess what? Y'all gotta come to us.
Again,
Transform that to today.
during the war,
Exactly.
you take the resources, man.
Yep.
You ain't going to Judah the southern chapter. John, take the water supply.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come kneeling and
Yeah.
willing to give up.
Going into that book, the devastation of it. Hey, going into that book. What's that? Oh yeah, the reform schools. Yep. Going into that book, Devastation of the Indies, how he took all the riches that
They said the Christians were fucking greedy.
Tell them.
They wasn't
they
happy.
couldn't even give him gold,
Yeah,
man.
they
They
wasn't
give
happy
him
with
gold, they was like,
That wasn't
you
enough.
got more than this. You got more. Yes, this looks like it came off a brick. You see the texture of the cut.
And they said even they had like 1-year-olds, they could walk the board, and then they had a
Working the
deadline.
mines.
They had a deadline.
Yep.
They didn't bring this amount of building for 7 days.
And that's what they don't go into in these schools, man. The mines that the so-called Native Americans had to work in were horrendous, bro. They were far harsher than being out on the plantation, man.
They were dropping dead.
God. They said, yeah, they said it was strenuous work. And basically, Gad was just like, you know what, kill me. Sit down, like, kill me. I'm not doing it no more, man. That's it.
I showed you that book there. Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
That movie.
Oh man, he showed me that.
Real.
I couldn't even
Hey, I'm telling you
That
something.
would piss me off.
Hey, don't go to work the next day. That's what I'm saying. Take a day off before you watch that. Take a day off. You watch that. You got it, bro.
This is last two. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And
And listen, we're under curses. And Esau maximize off the curses. If we have a problem, they will Esau. Right. I got you. Sign this.
They call all y'all
Hey, hey. Shop. They give you a booklet, a paper. You know you ain't gonna read it. My stomach hurt. I ain't got time to read this little paper. You say you're gonna give me something? Fuck it. Here. Oh, now you just signed your life with it to this nigga.
Psalm 55 and 21 says his words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords.
He said, hey, you said, you see me help?
I said, why your hands like that? Yeah, I said, why your hands like that?
You said you're in time of need? Here. Sign this paper, sign this agreement. Thank you. And that's how they got you.
Hey, there's a movie called My Heart at Wounded Knee. Y'all brothers gotta watch that shit. Yeah, yo, that shit pissed me off, bro. That shit, that movie, y'all gotta watch that shit.
Esau not a man.
My Heart at Wounded. My Heart at Wounded Knee. I think it's Broken at Wounded Knee. But it's about Gad, man. How Esau overtook Gad, man.
He shot like 3 movies.
Yeah, I seen one.
Yeah, it's like 3 different movies on HBO Max that got a whole bunch of Gad in the history. Like the reforming school he's going into.
But see, Jake, we're people that we go off words. Your words are not bond. We make an agreement. We shake hands. Esau, yeah, the people outside, motherfucker. So he said, he said, hope to die. Yeah, he comes with a whole new term. Esau brings a whole guy. He brings a lawyer with him, and he brings a booklet, a paper to sign and look and read. Fine print. You're not gonna sit there and read your goddamn words, motherfucker. Yeah. So this sign, this comes with this, it comes with that, it comes with this, it comes with that. It will help you with da. You like, okay, where do I sign?
And then in the midst of all that, he portrayed the so-called Native American Indians as being thieves and robbers.
Exactly.
What's that saying? The Indian giver. Indian giver. That was Esau started that shit out, man.
But he was the real Indian giver.
They call him Indian, which is savage. They call these people savage when he was the real savage, man. So he portrayed them. Basically, he portrayed what he is upon them and made the world believe that they were those type of people. And really, he was that type of person.
Yeah, that's witchcraft. You're right, bro. That's witchcraft. I don't know what you're saying.
Niggas is Esau, but our people took the nigga. Keisha really is Becky, but the black woman took that, huh? We all know the porn and Marilyn Monroe, the Edomites. They've been like that. They've been loose, swinging and all that. Teapot.
I mean, even in captivity, man, the Edomite women wanted us, man.
No.
You know?
How low can you get?
Hey, look, how low can you go? Hey, you know, so you're right.
They were the whores, man.
Right.
Porn industry. Becky, porn is not known nowhere else, man. Except for amongst Edom. Roman Empire.
Right.
But our people have took it upon that same spirit.
That's
the
spirit.
That's right.
They put the mask on and all that.
The freak show. Matter of fact, you go to Greek. Those images, those statues, they got all sorts of wild shit.
You had seen one in a group chat where a dog was giving some
it
was on a vase.
Yep. And you go into like since we're talking about the Greeks, going into the place of exercise, man. You know, they used to do that naked, man.
That's why DC set up like it is with
the obulus.
Oh yeah.
The circles at the bottom.
Yeah,
represent the cock and the ball.
Yeah. Going into the what's the tall pyramid
shaft.
they have?
Phallus.
Yeah. Going into the shaft. Was it a Washington Monument?
Yeah. Tammuz.
Yeah. God.
You know, Esau take things and
When you tell people this, they look at you word bugged out. We're crazy. You know, they look at us like, man, those guys are nuts. The things that they said, things they said about my country.
That's like Huey from Boondocks trying to tell Riley some shit. He like, nigga, shut up. He's like, nigga, you hear that shit.
And that's how Yahweh Shah set it up. That we look at the majority of our people crazy, and they look at us like we're crazy. Like the scripture says, I made their faces hard against your face, man. You know?
Fight, go back to a fight. Battle. Yep. Everything is fight, man. That's why I look at the second edges, D757. What's the end goal? Roughly paraphrase. Nation. What's the end of the battle? Nation fight. So there's always when you wake up, it's a fight. Yep. Don't ever get in your mindset where always a fight, man. You got it.
It says, and though he pretend to help thee, ye shall.
With the booklet of paper, right?
Ye shall he.
Yes. That's what he said. They come with aid in the form of aid, and then the whole time he's fucking you. He's getting over on you. That's what Section 8. It's aid, but he's fucking up people like that. That's why the other nations are talking shit about him. Because in the form of democracy, in the form of aid, he's fucking these countries over, man. Got it?
It says, yet shall he undermine thee.
Come on, man.
Verse 18 says, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance.
He said, look at these. He said silly rather than look at him, man. You know? And that's how he shook his head again, man. And the rest of the tribe, man. Look, all you Israelites, man.
You know, they whack their head. It's what you done for.
He said, look at it. And really, they put the bottle to your lips, man. You know? This man has put the bottle to the lips of you so-called Negroes, Negroes, and Native Americans. He's giving you these religions, these doctrines, man. These philosophies. Okay? These ways of life, abominations and wickedness, man. He's made you weak, like the brother's going into, man. You know? Which is nothing but a war tactic. And the moves that this devil makes, when you really dig down deep into him, they're nothing but war tactics for him to destroy you and overcome you, man. You know? Like the scripture, like it says in Maccabees, man. You know? He basically lured the Israelites to sleep. He spoke peaceable words unto them, but all was credence. And he fell suddenly upon, Israel, man. And that's what this devil's about to do, man.
That's why you got to have a mindset as if you're sometimes. Think how, if I was an Edomite, and I knew I got God of my birthright, how would I act? And he would say, I would do it. I will kill Jake. You got to put yourself in that. I was an Edomite, I'll kill Jake too. I'm going to be worse. Yeah. I'll be worse. I'm trying to, you probably have to kill me. I'm going to go crazy on Jake. You know? I'm going to try my best hand to get over on Jake.
The long scripture, that was a good one. He said, if I was the government, he said, make his system. What's the whip? You know, he kept it all that other shit. That shit was funny, bro. But that shit's true, man. That's what the Esau's doing, man.
And I would do a picture with you. I would act like I like you know. That's how Amalek. Yo, you got it. You know, damn well these niggas don't listen to rap music at all. But they be behind their rappers.
Right.
Right. They take a picture with rappers. Look awkward as hell. And the whole time he said, yeah. Huh?
I like the delivery. Yeah. Put it down. He don't even say some of your words. He said, you put it down. Aight. He said, what did you just say to me? You know what I'm saying?
No, what was the Edomite when Tank Davis fight? He was like, Tank Davis, but he said, yeah, had to bring the guns out. He said, could you please not speak about this?
Yeah, the announcer, what's he called?
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he's a boxing.
Yeah. He basically said, we can't.
He said, whoa, hold on. Calm down. Here it is, but we had a boxing match, man. Two people fighting. Keep it G-rated, please. Like, this shit don't even make no sense, man. You know? Don't say no cuss words, man. You just trying to take somebody's head off with a point. You know? This place, man, goes right back into trying to weaken you, James, man. They wanted you to be weak and intimidated. It was nothing but a war tactic. They did it to the so-called Native Americans.
They would try to do it the easiest way possible without no bloodshed. So it makes you gotta think like an Edomite, man. If I could do it peaceably, hey, what's going back into I know he does something wild. Going back to what is that, Sun Tzu? He said the best war, Sun Tzu. He said the best war is the war not fought. And I think this goes into saying if you can something about I forgot. You got it. That was it.
You got Limitations.
Yep.
This is Limitations chapter 2.
You had something
Just real quick, just building off of what you were bringing out about how he saw some cunning in Hildegalde. Just reading that Spanish recomendo he brought to the Gadite. The 1513 Spanish recomendo. It was just a whole bunch of paperwork that they didn't understand. And go to, I believe, Ayash Kabar was in their language. Right, wasn't even in their language. She was that what do you call it? That eminent domain kind of thing. They didn't know.
But still go on today. When Jake makes it in Hollywood or anything, any type of business transaction. The contract gets signed, it can be a stack of paper. And then you gotta hire a lawyer, you gotta sign it.
You know what's crazy?
Right.
They ain't good by law. They make that the law.
Yeah.
So by
That's
contract,
beautiful you said that.
I'm glad you said the contract. That's what I meant. The contract that Esau had to sign, really the fuck over here. But if you don't buy that contract, then that's where the law goes behind.
All that. Because that's beautiful that you said that. Because that makes a very valid point. All these niggas selling their souls, signing these contracts. Really, you couldn't even bring these particular agencies, these particular music production companies to court. Because you bring it to court, they'll be like, Your Honor, we have a contract that says on the 785th page that they don't want to put you to death because you're not making enough money for us to do that.
You signed it.
You know, and all your assets go to us, and the judge is gonna look at you like, well, sorry.
Then they'll look at you. Why did you sign it?
Legally,
It says it on the page.
it's a legally advised contract. They can do this to you.
And it said it's live and active.
Yep.
And you breached. And they'll tell Dick, you breached the contract.
Hey, but if it was the other way around,
Yeah,
you ain't got no help.
Yeah.
They got
Did
no
you
help.
know you signed a blood contract? You know what type of contract that you signed?
Didn't you read it?
You didn't read it.
Didn't you read
And
it?
really, because the law has to uphold that contract. And even though it might say some fucked up shit, but that was that's a two-party agreement.
That's why they say no cameras in the court.
God.
But that's where you said that because even if you do undermine deals, they always says if they don't sign it, then they can't take you to court for it.
That's why
They have to sign it.
That's why you saw everything you saw there. You can sign. It's all in the contract. Fuck. Okay.
Sign and write your initials.
Date.
Dated too. Yup.
Dated. So again, he said, Your Honor. Here. He said, but you know, the sign is tough. He said, on this date. And then you know, take you get belly hungry. You're poor. You don't want to know anything. You get to think. I did. He said, so then sir, whoever you know your name. So you signed the contract.
I didn't read all the pages.
Right.
Jacob
He
said,
said, what year? 20,000. That's when they got you. But see, Esau got, that's why Esau took files. That's why Esau gives you a record. That's why Esau gives you a number, and all that is linked into your number. So when they pull everything up, they got all your, you don't have access to it. So when they're looking at you, you're talking. All of that, what you is right in front of them. You're not saying nothing, but you know. You're trying to justify. You're thinking.
and that's how they're looking at you when you go to court, man. They're looking at your record.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because you don't even have access to your own
Don't.
background check.
Don't.
It's all your information, but you don't have
They
access.
know it. You don't.
When you go to court, you know, I know this person.
Go get some insurance. Slide. Go get some insurance. You'd be like, yo. They'd be like, yeah, your insurance is $300. What the fuck? Fuck you mean? You got a fault accident, a non-fault accident happened in 2004. What the fuck you mean? I never got a ticket. I know, but you know, when I take the police report, it goes to your record. You be like, what the fuck? How the fuck you have access to this? They got access to this shit, and you don't.
And that's why that CDC, the chip is going to be so, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have everything, your background check, you do your drug screens. Let's say, for instance, if you fail a drug screen, they want to
All that on your record. All that's on your record. And that's why, remember, sign, print, initial, date, year.
Matter of fact, we got this little pass. Stick your thumb on
Yep.
there.
Yeah, we want that.
That's the biometric shit.
Fingerprints,
They
everything.
got all this shit.
Face scan.
Yep.
Going to the court system, you know, like, when I was a nigga in the world, you know, I was in and out of court all the goddamn time. A lot of times you go before the judge, they don't even look up and look at you, bro. They'll say next, they'll look at your paperwork, hear what's gotta say the verdict. He never even looked at it. He didn't even know if somebody was in there. If somebody they just called a name, he wouldn't even know, bro. That's how these judges operate, bro. You know, they ain't about to look you in your eye, they ain't about to look at your demeanor and see if you're lying. They're looking at exactly what's on that paper. Okay, you had this to a third offense, you did this and that, looking at your record, he even got your credit card up there.
And look at you, and they feel good.
Yeah.
I just went to research, so I had really good. It liked it. And I said, yeah. He said, yeah. I said, fuck, I want to put you on him or some motherfucker.
Yeah, and then they can just give you a contempt of court whenever they want. They said, if you don't talk to him right, contempt of court, 30 days.
I said, so he said, do you say? I said, yeah. He said, huh, yeah. I said,
So he do that to you.
I said, right,
bro.
fuck out of here.
That's funny as hell, bro.
This is
No, you yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 10 and 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree righteous decrees,
Yep.
and that right grievousness,
Contracts,
which they have
legislation,
prescribed."
strategic plans to overthrow our people. Remember the ancient hatred. Right?
And the thing is, a lot of our people, you know, because we're talking about some of our people that get trapped in these contracts, but a lot of our people know that the contracts that they're into, especially our people in Hollywood, you know, in the limelight, you know, they know that they're signing a flood contract. Because Esau, he comes out before them and tells them what they're entering into, and because he requires a sacrifice from them to even get into the contract. You know, and he requires a blood sacrifice, so our people actually know what they're getting into. They know they had to sacrifice their mother or someone close to them, someone that they love, for money and fame, more the fame than the money. And it's more about the fame that these people are addicted to than the money, because everybody thinks it's all about the money. No, it's not. They want that fame, man. You could be a multi-billionaire, walk down the street, and nobody knew who the hell you are. Here it is, someone with a lot of fame, with $10,000 in his bank account. Everybody's running up, wants the pictures, snapping shot. Oh my God, look who it
We
is!
always say that. Bro, they niggas say they don't sell out for money.
They don't sell out for the money, but they're addicted to the fame. And Esau gives you a little taste of that fame.
We
We all
all-
a little taste.
We all understand, bro. The majority of people in America are broke.
God,
Ain't no money here.
the majority of these niggas in Hollywood are broke.
They
We
don't
keep
got no
telling
money,
you that.
bro. It's just the fame. The party accessing and the certain outlets they have.
Right.
And like Kiki Palmer, that bitch was on what?
God.
Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
She signed the deal.
Yeah.
So she's able to come back
Right.
years later after she have a baby.
Right.
Kiki, we need you to
Yeah.
feed the people.
Yeah, job.
Single motherhood. Get them saved. Then after you're done, we allow you to come on the yacht.
Objective
Yeah.
complete.
Objective show. Thank you, Kiki.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you can come to the BT Awards the next one. You can come to this and come to that. It ain't about money. They give you houses, man.
And then every so often you'll see a TMZ report will go into how much a person is worth on paper. This person, Jay-Z, he's worth $20 billion.
That don't mean he got it.
$2 billion. He's doing real off.
That don't mean he got
To
it.
keep you in the mix, to keep people thinking, oh my God, look, they got so much money. What do they call it? The Forbes. You know, they Forbes magazine. You know, they document how much you're worth on paper, but really that's just how much that company,
Amalek and make up.
you know, exactly. You know, it ain't how much you got in your bank account. And moreover, you can't even go to your bank account like that, man. Why do you think they made the black card, man? You think you can just go? You have to.
You can't
For
have
Floyd Mayweather,
$10,000.
for Floyd Mayweather to pull $1 million out of his bank account, he has to talk to an agent first, man. One of Esau's Hollywood agents.
And he gonna say, so why you doing
Yeah, that's why I showed it on camera, TV. Okay, cool, we'll allow that.
Hey, that's why they got this Fed now.
Make sure you
Look at
put it
that.
back.
Hey, what he said, he said, I want to talk to my cash.
Yeah.
Hey, we cool.
We'll stand here while you do it. We'll stand here while you do it, matter of fact.
Alright,
Let Floyd Mayweather pull
Yeah,
$1 million out of his bank account and not say that. Oh man, he gonna have now he ain't gonna get a knock at his door. He gonna come home and somebody be sitting in his house. Who are you? You know,
They said,
what happened to it?
Give it to me now. Give it to me now, but
Give it to me now. Boy, you heard what I said.
I said now. You got it.
Oh, okay. It
There was
says,
more.
I'm gonna read it right now. It says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed unto them. It says, verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
There you go. That's what Esau all. It goes back to them trying to destroy us as a nation so they can get back their birthright. See, Lord, look at them. Look at them. Come, give us the birthright now. No, that's why the scripture says, what is it, Jeremiah 31, in the latter verses. As long as you see the sun, the moon, and the stars, the Lord never gets angry in that covenant between us.
He's constantly accusing us, before Yahweh Shai, they look at it, they're doing this, they're doing that, these are chosen people. I think
I do that quickly. This is Psalms 58, verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yeah,
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Speaking lies, man. And the ones that are in power, they teach that too. The same lies. And like I said, that's why Esau wants, us off the streets. They want certain books off the shelves because it explains reality. Cut their lies. That's why certain things they got to get out the way. But ultimately, they're gonna come for us. Got it?
Yeah, and people support that. What do all people say? They say to the seer, see not. To the prophets, prophesy not unto his right things, but prophesy unto his deceits, man. A lie. They say, get thee out the way, cause the Holy One to cease before us, man. They say, get out the way. Move, move. Stop coming out here, They don't want to hear it. We're tired of hearing about history, slavery, how America was built off the backs of the so-called Negroes and Tingles and Natives. We're tired of hearing that. We're about to hear in the now, They support the so-called white man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 4, it says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. And
Hey. That's why when you look at the average so-called black, Hispanic, Latino out here, it's got that look on it. Nearly full of. They had that the green eyes. They got bit by the poison. So when you see a jet, they got that look in their eye. You can tell they done got bit. It's something better. Like when a snake bites you, you don't go to the
goes through your whole circulates your whole blood system.
You drop dead.
That's what Esau gives you, man. He gives you a little bit, you take it in, it goes through your whole body and overcomes you.
It takes you. It says only a little bit of venom can fuck you
from your whole body.
Kill you.
Well, a little bit of venom can kill, like some snakes, a little bit of, like just a one little drop of venom can kill like 40, 50 people. Just one drop of some of the snakes. I forgot the name of it.
It makes your blood clot.
Yeah, there's a couple vipers. When you get bit, that's it, bro. If you don't get the anti-venom quick enough, you're late, bro.
That's why they were saying some of the snake venom was in that shot.
Right.
Stop people's heart oxygen.
Yeah.
Because it clogged the artery and clogged the major blood clot.
And that's why the so-called white man is compared, to a serpent, man. Because I mean,
but he says it's poison.
There ain't too many animals that got that type of power in their venom. When you think about it.
And he's cunning.
Yeah.
He's cunning.
And there's a whole lot more powerful, bigger, stronger animals, but not with venom that can just kill a whole lot of people quickly. And these snakes take down elephants and take down lions with their venom.
The teeth are sharp.
Yeah.
And they're agile.
Sneak up on you. You don't hear them coming. They in the trees.
Shit, they ain't got no spine.
Hey. They
Oh, I know.
Hey,
And you can even cut parts of the body off and they can still.
Yep.
Crazy.
And they get swung.
Certain water rattlesnakes, they can still bite you.
Yep. I saw that. There was a scientist that got bit. They had a dead rattlesnake, and they were doing some type of, whatever he saw that. They take him apart, dissect him. Well, he was about to dissect him, and the snake bit onto his arm, bit onto his hand. Snake was dead for minutes. Like a couple weeks, bro.
And the head back itself will bite you.
Yeah.
No. You yeah.
Well, you want Lamentation 2?
Yep.
Now, this is Lamentation 2 in verse 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee.
Going back to that proverb, that little statement that that was going to befall us. It's like, it was going to befall us, man. And, you know, Esau benefited. Esau was part of the problem why, you know, we are in this predicament. You know, the Lord basically turned his back on us. So this is he allowed all the Edomite clans to overcome us, man. You know, you got it.
It goes back to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, man. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake you throughout these That's what our people don't understand.
So that you know, that's really, if you had a big protection, you turn your back on it, you should be running towards him. Help me, please. Help me, please. He allowed, that's your protector. If he turned your back on you,
Don't go.
So, you supposed to, if you see a troop coming, you supposed to say, hold on, wait, please, don't leave me. Yo, come in. We're supposed to be chasing after y'all. He's the only one that can protect us.
Jake said, I'm good.
He deals with the power comes from the heavens, right?
Jake looked at the Lord and said, I'm good. I don't think so. I'll never be. You know? And he slapped the Lord's hand back at him, man. Hey, the most Yahweh stretching out his hand.
Get your damn
Yeah. The most Yahweh Shai stretching out his hand unto you so-called Negroes and Teals and Native Americans. And here it is. It says no man regarded. They slapped the hand back. Like the brother said, get your goddamn hands off me.
Don't touch me.
You know, I'm good. You know, it is the sick, and they don't want, you know, any type of healing. And that healing is this wisdom and knowledge in scripture, man. That's
Like, all right, going back to brother brought out the book of Eli, like that chick that saw his name was Eli, right?
Yeah,
Eli.
He said she knew she needed to follow him, but he had some immaculate powers, man. That she could be protected. That, you know, so that's like us as a nation. We're supposed to be following Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, they can protect us, man. You know, not reject them and walk further away and ask for somebody else's protection.
And like the scripture says, seek him 10 times more.
That's right.
You're supposed to be seeking him even hard, going right into the one that's bringing out. Here it is. You're supposed to be chasing.
Hey, wait, hold on, no, come back.
Please,
I'm sorry.
You know, seeking him even more than you were at first.
Hey, grab his leg.
The leg. He said, got you on his leg. You know?
Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city?
These other nations, when they come over there and get rich off our people, they're looking at our people like, God damn. Shit. Yeah, fuck these people, man. Hey. They get rich and they just got the hatred against you because look at how Esau have gotten our people to be like that. You got people that come from Jerusalem, Arabs, and Elam, so to speak, come set up stores here in America, and you would tell them like, yo, we the people from the East. You're like, no, you're not. So they'll look at you and be like, yo, what did you do this? You're abominable. But it's like Esau got.
Ishmael looks at y'all knowing that y'all been over here longer than he's been over here. So it's like, how are we doing better than these guys? Been over here. Y'all been over here all this long. Y'all still ain't got no.
All they come our store to get cigarettes.
And we didn't overstepped y'all. We ain't even been over there that long. Y'all been over here for all these years.
None of that shit. Take none of that shit home to their family.
None of it.
You know?
They don't sit around and eat Doritos.
With the Ricket drinks. So-called energy drink, Ricket.
Monster.
Yeah, Monsters.
Red Bull.
A lot of Ishmaelites don't even eat American food.
Yeah.
Bro. When you go in their house, all the names of their food is in different languages. Remember the stop in Roanoke we used to go to?
Yeah.
The spot, all the little snacks, all the food, all that shit was in different languages, all from overseas.
Arabic.
Turkish, Arabic. It was no American. You couldn't get no Doritos,
we've been
bro.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, that food's good there
And they
too.
people came to shop there.
Yeah.
That was a real authentic.
Even their snacks and even their candy is far more healthier for you than what Esau's got to offer for you. Now, I didn't say it's good, but Esau, man, he goes out of his way to put all types of wickedness on the things that the people are putting inside their body.
The European nation don't even sell his food.
Don't even sell it,
They
man.
ain't got Subway over there.
We got
They
bans
put an
on that.
embargo. They banned that shit, bro. You better not sell GMOs in our food, in our country.
Who said if you selling GMOs in Russia, you would
You
terrorist?
yeah, you get put in jail, bro.
That's why a lot of nations really.
Wow.
That's why a lot
on
of
the plane with a bag.
Oh, no, you can go to
You gotta check laws before you travel.
Man.
They just going different places. Nations ain't looking at where he going.
you can look up a list and tell you the food that they don't sell from America.
Yep.
It's a long list. Yeah, that's what. Again, a lot of people are really skeptical about Latin America than they country. But see, America comes with the attitude that they can't be told. They can do what they want, and they're entitled.
I'm American.
I'm American. I'm an American. You got it.
God, Lamentations 2, and finish off verse 15. It says, they hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
And it's crazy because the dude at the store I go to, the nigga from Jerusalem. And I asked him something. I said, so, I don't know, I think he asked me something. And he was like, he asked me something. I can't remember, but it got to, he said something about the Jews or something. I said, yeah. I said, the Jews over there playing these goddamn games you got set up in the store. I said, man, this nigga from Jerusalem. But my point is, Esau has done such a good work. Nobody really knows that we are the real people. We're the chosen people. So these people look at us like we're the scumbag, really we're the chosen people. You got it? That's why when you even talk about us being great people, it's like,
You know, own people. Our own people give us the most backbite.
stop.
You know? They're saying that they're the Jews.
He gave me that look.
Over here on slaves.
He said, I said, dude, what color is the Lord? He said, it looked like me, Middle Eastern. I said,
No.
all right, man, you got it. He got Jerusalem tattoo on him. I said, are you from Jerusalem? No.
Yeah, it's crazy because even our own people say that. But was this person he was an
He's from
Israelite?
Jerusalem.
He a Jake?
He might be, I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say even our own people will say what he said.
Yeah.
They'll say when we ask what is what is the image of so-called Jesus Christ look like, and they'll be like, who the hell is this? They say the same thing.
At least they don't say he's white. I
Yeah,
guess.
if it ain't white, he's Middle Eastern, but he can't be dark skinned. No,
That's
Can't
absurd.
be that.
I would have asked him, so what does King David look like? Is he Middle Eastern?
it doesn't matter. That's when they go to it doesn't matter. If you ask too many questions, it doesn't matter.
No, he's white.
You know, God for our sins, it doesn't matter. Have a good day. I believe.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you about scripture. I don't do
Yeah.
that.
Christians, man, they a couple lines they say, you know, leave these Christians alone, man.
You know what, I love you.
It says, Lamentations 2 and 15, it says, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Yeah, you can't, you have a nation and the Edomites, when you start to talk to them about us being a great people, us being the real Jews, it just sounds so far-fetched. Because we're known for iniquity. We're known for being the come from the ghettos, the slums, the poverty, the stricken areas, mama on drugs, daddy was out there no good. You know, he thought he was a pimp player. And that's the image of Negroes, right? Nothing spiritual is not known for us. You got it?
Because our people don't see that because they're not spiritual. Same thing they said about Yahushua. They said, is this Yahushua whose father and mother we know? You know? How could this be the son of God? The son of Yahweh? You know? And they also said, you know, concerning when he started teaching, you know, in the synagogues, they basically were astonished at what he was teaching because he didn't learn, you know, how everybody else learned. You know, he didn't go to a school or was trained or was taught, you know, how the Pharisees were. You know, he didn't learn by the same means as, you you know, all the other teachers did, so to speak. You know, same thing with us, man. They look at us like these guys didn't go to Bible college. You know, they don't have no type of degree. Why should we listen to them? You know, what makes them have, you know, this type of knowledge that we should believe in? They don't understand that it's through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, what when I found out? You said you got a house.
It's in Luke, bro. That's in Luke.
Luke?
Yeah.
What chapter?
I think the second or the third one.
It says, the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth. Verse 16, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Is that a Judite holding a goddamn Edomite baby?
It's like,
Is it? That Keisha holding the Edomite?
I think it was years of 12.
There you go. Got it good.
They live right there.
It was Birth of a Nation. When they had the little Edomites, she had the rope around the skipping.
That nigga, what's that? Richard Pryor played with him. He was like a pet.
It's not 3, bro. My bad.
You got it.
It's number 2.
God, it says, verse 16, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we have looked for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied. He hath caused thy enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversary. There you go.
He went down. Niggas are jokes, man.
They say, y'all are Israelite, we're black. And look, it's the Israelite. Israelite saying, look, it's the Israelite. It's just crazy. It don't make no sense. Hey, look, it's the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, man, look at it. Here it is. You is a Hebrew Israelite. One from the tribe of Judah, one from the tribe of Levi, saying, look at the Israelite. Look, man, it's kind of crazy. There they go. You know?
Nigga, that's what you are.
God.
This ain't no religion, nigga. You got it?
You want to continue on verse 18?
Can I bring this point out real quick? This is Luke chapter 2. I'm going to go straight to the point. It's Luke 2 and 46. I'm going to go straight to the point. It says, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, talking about Yahweh when his mother and father were seeking him, looking for him. It says, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. So he was sitting in the midst of the doctors, okay, the people that were perceived by the masses to have knowledge and understanding. It says, both hearing them and asking them questions, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and his answers. And they were astonished because they were astonished at his answers, and not only his answers, but his understanding, his knowledge. Because they're like, man, who is this kid that he ain't been to no college? Did you teach him? Pharisee, Rabbi, did you know this guy? Y'all didn't teach. Nobody taught this man. So they were astonished at the knowledge and wisdom that he had. And it says, and when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought? It says, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? Okay, there you go. You know, he was about his father's business, man. You know, out there teaching, you know, going to work, doing what he was supposed to do, and what he came to do.
Now that we have Yahweh Shah as the mediator, now we have to be about our father's business. Our father's business.
Right.
Out of this, all this turmoil, and this, the devastation and curses, we have to be about our father's business.
Right.
That's why we have to uplift the names that follow righteousness.
That's right. You might be out here in the highways and byways, and you'll see somebody from your work, your job, that didn't know you did this. You're like, whoa, what's hey,
yeah, about my
father's business, you know? God, like, what are you doing out here? Did you know I saw what you call it? Did you know he knows how to speak Hebrew? Did you know he was reading the Bible, man? You talking about so-and-so? Stop lying. You know, we got to play two different lives sometimes, you know, dealing with this world, man. You know, you got to dumb yourself down to be in the world, talking to these niggas, man, because that's what they are, man. You know, all they want to talk about is fried chicken, NBA, WNBA, basketball, football, Hollywood.
And even if you do come a nigga that God look out, some type of sense. Nigga goes forward.
Nigga got an uncle.
Yeah, that nigga goes left. Nigga believe in flat earth. Niggas tell me that today.
Flat Earth.
They say you think the Earth is flat or round?
I don't know. Niggas talking
Like,
about-
like, first of all, that doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga will bring up shit that has no. Okay, but
niggas all over.
we know it's not flat, but like, okay, you believe it's flat, you believe it's round. All right, what does that have to do with salvation? What does that have to do with, you know, doing what's pleasing in the eyes of Yahweh Shah? Nothing, man. You know?
I was in the world. I see this video of Jake on, I think it was on YouTube or Facebook, and basically it went viral. It said, if you got your arm cut off, would you be able to feel it? He's like, I don't know. He's like, well, how are you gonna be able to feel it if your arm is cut off? How are you gonna be able to feel your arm? And I was just looking like,
Niggas smoking weed talking about this in the city. Talking about
Of course you gonna
all right.
feel it. You know,
they said that's
And they'll put a lot of time into thinking about stupid shit like
listen,
that.
listen. You're not gonna feel wherever you cut it. When you cut it at, that's where you're gonna feel it. You fucking idiot. You got it.
this
You
is
got dumb.
in Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 1 in the NLT, it says, when I think of all this, I, Paul, a prisoner of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, for the benefit of you Gentiles, assuming by the way that you know Yahweh gave me the special responsibility.
We're following Yahweh Shah.
That's Paul's thing, right?
Yep.
And the Gentiles were Israelite farmers, man. You know, coming in out of that dead state, and the Israelite that was not in Jerusalem, because you gotta ask these Christians and these other people that don't know about history or know about land mass. Ask them, so all the Israelites in Jerusalem, they'll tell you no. But that's what the apostles went to. It's taught to be dispersed. Right?
It says, Yahweh gave me the special responsibility of extending his grace to you Gentiles, you Israelites.
And then even into the far to the other, he talks about the utmost parts of the place, meaning even America. And he's given us this knowledge in these last days to expound his gospel to Israel. Or the kingdom. But prior, it was no the kingdom around during, not this is like sprouts. But now the bulk of Northern Kingdom was here. So all the tribes, like the scripture said, infamous in Judah shall be pressed together. And all the gospel and waking up, Judah will be waking up first. So the tents of Israel will magnify themselves. You got Northern Kingdom waking up.
And also, as I may say, those Gentiles, those Israelites that were considered Gentiles, some of them didn't know they were Israelites, and some of them actually knew that they were Israelites. And they were still following the customs of these other nations. And some of them knew that they were Israelites, from grandfather to great grandfather told them, or however it is they knew that, but they were still carrying on the customs of the heathen. A lot of our people know that their nationality. Yeah, a lot of our people know that their nationality is not black. And they know they're not African. But they still carry themselves like heathens, man. But you also have more people that don't know that they're Israelites. Okay, they actually believe that they're, white, African, African American, Jamaican, Haitian. You got a lot of our people that think that they're the other nations too, man. You got a lot of our people that think that they're Ishmael, that they're Greeks. But they're really Israelites, man.
The Gentiles were Israelites. They thought they were Gentiles.
Yep.
They didn't know. And the gospel is being delivered to the Israelites.
Right.
That's all that means.
Yep. It's really not that hard to get. It's not really that deep. Y'all use these type of analogies every day through your daily lives, man. People use these type of analogies every day through their daily lives, and then when it comes to the scriptures, it's so far-fetched, man. They call people terms and tag terms to these different particular people from the way they act and the customs that they keep through your daily lives every day, man. Well, it's the same way concerning the scriptures, man. Because they were considered castaways, man. By who? The Israelites who knew that they were Israelites, the Israelites in Jerusalem, the Israelites in Israel, man. They would consider them, those, all right, we're disowning those people, man. Those are, they might as well be heathens. They're heathens.
We actually went through the whole process of becoming Pharisees. We the law, our forefathers, our parents. We came from this particular lineage.
Right.
this,
A perfect analogy. Oh, so you a white boy?
yeah.
What they say? You might do something, or wear something, or say something, or you listen to something. Oh, you a white boy. And yo, I said, what you think you're? Or you think you this? You think they'll tag you with something because of what you're doing, or a standard, or something you're keeping, or custom that you're following, man.
Like snowboarding or something, for example.
Yeah, or anything like
skateboarding,
or any of these nations,
anything.
You know? Oh, so you Chinese now?
Oh, you
You know?
Chinese? You know how to use chopsticks? You got chopsticks?
Yeah. You know? They'll put a tag on you.
You know? Moab now.
So they're saying you that, but they know you're not that, but they're putting that tag on you. It's the same thing, man. It's custom to people. You know? Yeah. Right.
Verse 3. It says, as I briefly wrote earlier, Yahweh himself revealed his mysterious plan to me. It says, as you read what I have written, you will understand. You will understand my insight into this plan regarding Hamashiach. Yahweh did not reveal.
It's like Yahweh revealed the message to Korah to go to this person. Yahweh also gave us this mystery and secret. And that's why we're able to stand out here boldly and even stand out here and teach our people. That's why can't nobody come up here and gainsay, man. You know? This was, again, we didn't pay for this, man. He wasn't ordained in no type of special place, school or anything. And just this was going to give it to us by Yahweh Shem Shah through our elders, man.
We bought with a price.
Yep. So that's why. That's right. And that's why we take this thing very serious, man. You know, because again, we know, going back to what we were talking about earlier, we understand the Lord took turn his back on us, and we understand we're running towards the Lord to protect us.
It says Yahweh
We're telling our other people that you better run after them too.
You gotta run all the way to the end.
Yeah, you gotta keep running.
The scripture say he that endureth to the end, so you gotta
They gotta hang on. Now you got his leg. They gotta hang on to
fall
him.
off the race. Stop running, you went back into the world. So if you stop running, you just don't keep walking the same direction. When you stop running, you do a U-turn. You go the opposite way. You're like, man, I gotta go back to where I came from. I don't know this route, this path. I ain't running no more. So you go right back where you came from, right back where you're familiar with. You go right back into the world, man. Which, you know,
Too many hurdles.
yeah. You can't keep doing this. You go to wait top. I feel like I ain't, you know.
It says Yahweh did not reveal it to the previous generations, but now by his spirit he has revealed it to his holy apostles and prophets.
See, that's what our people, that's a stumbling block amongst the so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. They don't understand that these things that have been revealed to us are by the Holy Spirit, man. Not by Christian God. And it's through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua from the apostles, and there was a great millstone on down, just to clarify that we learn from men. You know, but don't take that like, see, they said they learned from the Holy Spirit. It just came with it, you know. And then it get taught, you know, because in Christianity, these churches, that's what they teach, man. That you're just going to be, these things are just going to come to you, you know. The Lord's just going to directly deal with you and reveal these things to you. You can just pick up this Bible and read and get the understanding.
Well, that's why, whatever that pastor's name, that's why that nigga never had no fruit. You gotta think about it. Where's the pastor's fruit? Where's the next nigga? Where's the next Christian that came with that pastor? Like, where are they at? You know, you've seen many fruit from the elders.
I don't know if it's very it's a business. You're like, so with any business, and you don't want to teach somebody tell somebody too much.
Where's T.D. Jakes?
Yeah, you know.
Where's Bishop?
Right.
What's his name?
You say you take it out of my pocket.
Where's John Sting?
Yeah.
Where's
He said smoke.
Dollar
Yeah.
underlings, man?
He said
They don't
smoke.
have none.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. They don't want to tag into their pockets, man. 'Cause say they do that. Say they do have an underling. That's going to take some of their congregation or people that would be his congregation, which would be his tithe money, which would be money in his bank account, over to that particular person or that underling. Okay? And say that underling may have a better way of talking or speaking, have more charisma than him.
Well, what he does, he incorporates them, put them behind them on the podium, and they just come, they just do whatever. But as a whole, the Christian church don't have no goddamn truth.
No.
They just stopped at T.D. Jakes, and that's it. Once T.D. Jakes, that was the one that just died. What a guy from Kansas.
Eddie Rich.
Eddie Long. Eddie Long. Where his underlings at, man? You know?
That's a marketing strategy.
That nigga will take a selfie with all of them.
It's a marketing strategy. And yeah, you see that amongst our people that's on a lower level, man. Here it is, you might have a father or a brother or a sister, you know, doing well off in life. They went and did a couple things, made a couple investments, they're doing certain things where they're making a decent amount of money, but they're not gonna tell you the whole they're not gonna tell you how to get it how they got it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep little secrets for you. They're not gonna tell you everything because they don't want you to, overstep them. They want to rise up above them financially.
It says, verse 6, and this is Yahweh's plan. Both Gentiles and Jews who believe the good news share equally in the riches inherited by Yahweh's children. Both are a part of the same body and both enjoy the promise of blessing because they belong to Hamashiach Yahushua. By Yahweh's grace and mighty power, I have been given the privilege of serving him by spreading this good news. Though I am the least deserving of all Yahweh's people, he graciously gave me the privilege of telling the Gentiles, telling Gentiles about the endless treasures available to them in Hamashiach.
That's right, because we're going to have the kingdom going to be restored to us. We're going to have rest. We're going to rule again. You know, that was sound crazy as hell due to our shortcomings in the present state that we're in. But it's going to be a promise. It's going to be a reward for believing. You know, you got it.
It says, I was chosen to explain to everyone this mysterious plan that Yahweh, the Creator,
the Lord has sent us apostle in the last days. He actually says, you shall see like teachers. We actually see like teachers, man. You know, you're seeing the fruit from the spirit of Yahweh to our elders, man. You know, we're bidding our people to come into this marriage. You know, because the Lord has made a covenant. Get that report? I'm one. See that precept?
Oh, yeah. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
That's right. That's what we're doing. We're prophesying to our people of what's about to come. The so-called white man is going down. He's your enemy. You should be happy this nigga's going down. But it seems like Jacob is getting sad. He doesn't want this nigga to go down.
It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh.
Right.
It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's why the Bible is still here to this day. Those gospels, those letters, the only book that's here that lasted for those from back then. Got it.
Verse 9, I was chosen to explain to everyone this mysterious plan that Yahweh, the Creator of all things.
That's why the scripture says, this truth is going to go across the four corners, then the end shall come. And that's why you're seeing all these great prophecies come to pass. Again, everybody really is a Christian. When you look at the Christianity, that's a heavy denomination. A lot of people are Christians, all fucking folk, but nothing happened. It just got worse. More stupidity and more wickedness was able to allow. But now, since you see the Israelites on the scene, you see a lot of those prophecies coming to pass. When everybody was a Christian, adultery was going up, wickedness, homosexuality, laws were being passed. So a lot of wickedness was able to pass through the disguise of being a Christian. Now, since the Hebrew Israelites is out there, we're letting the world know that God's going to destroy these places, man, because of the wickedness, right? Because of the filthiness that's polluted this whole world, man. Underneath the inhabitants that rule it, that's the so-called white man. You got it? You got our people fucking blind-eyedly following the goddamn devil.
He said the Creator of all things.
So ashamed of themselves and not knowing nothing about their history or prior to this, they follow the goddamn so-called white person as if they're going to save your fucking life, as if they're going to always be with you. You got it?
It says the Creator of all things had kept secret from the beginning. It says, verse 10, Yahweh's purpose in all this was to use the church to display his wisdom in its rich variety to all the unseen rulers and authorities in the heavenly places. This was his eternal plan, which he carried out through Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord. Verse 12, because of Hamashiach and our faith in him, we can now come boldly and confidently into Yahweh's presence. So please don't lose heart because of my trials here. I am suffering for you, so you should feel honored.
Like Paul suffered, we're going to suffer, we're going to go through certain things. But again, don't lose that faith. We all catching hell together. That's part of the the fight. Sometimes you get tired, sometimes you feel weary. You understand it's a greater reward at the end. Right?
Verse 14. When I think of all this, I fall to my knees and pray to the Father.
That's right. Thank you. Because now you're getting chastised, for righteousness instead of wickedness. Because we all want to be delivered. Being Lord's will to get those crowns and have a shot, not be destroyed. You're going a lot of being a wicked nigga in the kingdom. We were known for being fucking RuPaul's and dapper things. All into the society.
Like it says, verse 15, the creator of everything in heaven and on earth, I pray that from his glorious. Verse 15, the creator of everything in heaven and on earth.
That's right. He created the whole thing. And he's going to give us the meaning was, like you said, the whole agenda was to allow Israel to serve and rule over the world, rule over the nations and rule the world underneath righteousness, through the scriptures. You got it.
Because Ezra said the world be made for our sakes, while our presence ruling over us.
That's right.
And so this earth was made for us to rule over it and all the other nations.
No,
We're the cream of the milk. We're supposed to be on top. It says,
Then it shows that little because even at our lowest state, everybody wants to be us. We bring style, we bring rhythm, we bring everything, we bring spark, we bring life.
The scriptures say we are the salt of the earth.
Yep.
The Lord said it specifically.
That's right.
verse 16, I pray that from his glorious, unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his spirit. That reminds me of Romans, the 5th chapter. Through faith, you have access to the power of the Spirit. It says, verse 17, that Hamashiach will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down into Yahweh's love and keep you strong.
So, once that's why we talked about wisdom wisdom of Solomon. It talks about how she shall sup with you, how she shall deal with you, so you can be trusted. So there's going to be things that, when you stumble across this thing, there's going to be ailments, there's going to be trials and tribulations. It's going to try you. But it's going to be like this in the sea. You can be trusted because it's so easy to just, when you're afflicted, you just run away. Lean into your own understanding, lean upon your own hands, your own, ponder about things of yourself. So it's easy to lose your faith and to lose yourself in time of affliction. That's when you got to understand that. That's when you need to yearn and learn and lean into Yahushua even more. Even during the lesson, if you're in this truth or this over here, attending all wise counsels is very important to do so at the time of all of your affliction. Don't run away from the Lord when things get bad. Run closer. Got it.
Verse 18.
A lot of guys get distraught. Things happen to them, and they start second guessing themselves. Don't second guess yourself. Run closer to Yahushua. When that verse comes,
it says, and may you have the power to understand as all Yahweh's people should.
And do these supplements, these sufferings, and these things that happen to us, you will learn knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You learn the perfection of Yahushua. But first, you got to be trusted with the wisdom. Like I said, not everybody is able to get this. That's why it's very special and important that once you know this, keep fight for it.
It says, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep is his love? His love is. May you experience the love of Hamashiach, though it is too great to understand fully. Then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life.
And complete, because the Lord's going to, he's raising up a blessing. A blessing, what is it? A part of it, I'm not saying, like, as the Lord is, making us official men, and the Lord's going to make us hunters.
Sharp threshold.
Yep. The water. You know? You got it.
It says, then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life and power that comes from Yahweh.
That's why it's good to say the root for, come back to life. This is the health of the state of the body through the outward. You're the only one that can bring that. First and foremost, he clears your mind. He lets you know what's really important. Because here, everybody here in America, their mind is on La La Land and trying to make it and become somebody here. We would never become somebody here because Esau's the man in charge. At the end of the day, so-called white is right, Being somebody here in America, like they say, your average Joe Snow, he just ain't gonna make it. He ain't got it, But this is what's gonna make us ultimately great. Fight for Yahweh Shem Shah. Because Yahweh's about to about to destroy everything and throw everything down and get his glory. We're gonna have power. And that's what it's all about. Everybody just want to get money, fame. If you ain't got no power behind it, you ain't shit. We're about to get power through Yahweh Shah. That's what it's all about. And I don't ever trust no man. I wouldn't trust no man that says it ain't about power. I don't want no man around me that believe it ain't power has nothing to do with it. If that's the case, go to the so-called white man and tell him to give him some riches. Let you get a piece of that pie. I bet you'll look at you like, nigga, you get out my goddamn face. White's only pie.
Verse 20. Now all glory to Yahweh who is
That's why the scripture says, he that overcomes shall rule over the nations with a rod of honor. Right? That's why we be out here to teach our people the greatness and the fullness of Yahweh Shem Shah. That's what's to come. Here in America, you're a scumbag. I don't give a damn how much money you got. You don't have power, so Keisha ain't gonna respect you. Maria ain't gonna respect you. Even if you go to a goddamn Edomite woman, she'll like you, but she ain't gonna really respect you either. She'll call you a nigga. Got it?
It says verse 20. Now all glory to Yahweh who is able through his mighty power at work within us to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think.
Yep.
Glory to him in the church and in Hamashiach Yahushai through all generations forever and ever. Amen.
So, we understand, in the last days, the Lord has kept a remnant that's not going to bow down to the system, not going to bow down to idols and the ways of this world. He kept us, holy in His name. The Lord kept a remnant so we can, that we can magnify His name. If He didn't keep a remnant, America.
I don't know why I keep saying that, but
If America would got destroyed,
this is
and if we would never would have mentioned the name of Yahweh Shem Shah, we would have got the glory. Moab? Ishmael? No. So again, if you don't know, if we never told the world who's going to crack the clouds, y'all just the kingdom got lied to by Project Blue Beam. They had Shazabay Bujir come in the sky. The kingdom was pointing Yippee in and parading.
Wow. I remember seeing that a couple years ago.
This is so when we really see the conqueror, the Lion of Judah crack the clouds, Yahweh Shah, people won't really know. Oh damn, that is Yahweh Shah. Now we're fucked. We had to magnify these names before all these things happened. That's why when Yahweh took down Egypt, Moses came, the Lord chose Moses to mention those names. And so when Israel come out of Egypt, they would know the names and know who did it. So when Yahweh says Yahweh Shah to destroy the place and free us, we're going to know who did it.
And his name will be on fame on the earth.
That's right. Israel not going to, damn, you can't even destroy something like me like that. Damn.
Like the scripture says.
What does the scripture? All nations shall bow. Yeah. These nations are going to bow before us, man. Yeah. Don't ever, and see, that's something Esau wants. People just honor and respect Esau. People hate Esau, man. People are going to bow down to us.
What's the scripture that says, these nations have seen our captivity, they're going to see our salvation.
Oh, Baruch, the fourth chapter.
Yeah, so they're going to see our deliverance, man.
Straight to our salvation.
Yep. Right. So they saw us go into captivity under all these nations. They saw us go into this last captivity that we're into the hand of the Esau Edom. You know, they're going to see our deliverance, man. You know, which is the deliverance of, you know, a remnant of the so-called Negro Latino and Native Americans. And they're going to be amazed by it. They're going to wish that they were going up like that, man. They wish they were leaving America like that, man. You know, because they're ultimately they're leaving America in the earth, man, in the grave, bro. That's how they're getting up out of America. They're gonna wake up in the kingdom.
They had a plane ticket.
Yeah, come on. Even they blind faces,
They still get
yeah,
Might get hit.
you got it, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody got some closing scriptures? All right, you close with that.
This is Matthew 24 and verse 14. It says, "In this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness."
The whole world for a witness. Right? Because when America gets destroyed, they're gonna know Yahweh did it.
Yeah.
They're gonna know
Hey, that's
Yahweh
gonna be
Shai
a-
came and delivered these
Yeah.
people.
That's gonna be witnessed by the whole world too. The things that the prophets are speaking on the highways and byways are gonna be witnessed by the whole earth, man. America is gonna be witnessed. The destruction of America is gonna be witnessed by all these nations, man.
Look at them say you fucking right out
Yeah.
there.
You think these satellites are gonna all of a sudden? The satellites are gonna stay where they're at, man. First of all, how do you think the nuclear missiles are getting over here? Satellites got to be in the skies, so the satellites are still gonna be up there. So they're gonna actually be, you know, watching America be destroyed, man. You know, God, they're gonna be in mourning, man. They're gonna have people. They might still have family over there. Oh my God, the whole America. I got people in Florida, and you know, they might be in all these other lands, but then they're gonna be wailing because of the business will be destroyed. They can't make money over here no more. You know, and then on top of them witnessing it via the satellite, they're gonna literally see a big cloud of smoke come. So that's gonna be the confirmation. Okay, I'm not just looking at a fake video. Here's the smoke. You know, and then they're gonna talk to other people, and all this whole earth is gonna, you know, be in great darkness, man. Getting warning.
It's God. Say the earth shall grow too.
Rock to and fro, like a drunkard, man. So the whole earth, when America is destroyed, this whole earth is going to be in utter darkness for quite some time. And like, you know, when you see these large volcanic eruptions that happen, man,
They're gonna feel it.
you know, these large volcanic eruptions, the smoke actually has a smoke screen over the whole earth, man. You know, for a period of time, man. Imagine the destruction of America in various parts of the earth.
The shaking of it might erupt.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these volcanoes are popping off, bro. And yeah, and one of the biggest biggest volcanoes on the earth is in America, man. Yellowstone, bro. And the reason you can't see a crater at Yellowstone, they say the whole park is the crater, bro.
I think they're saying that
The whole park, like miles and miles and miles.
I think they say that shit kind of like.
Yeah. They said the last time it erupted, like basically that wiped out, like, you know, basically most of the people.
Yeah.
You know.
They said something like going on with it. It's kind of like.
Yeah, guess what? When you go there, you see all the geysers. You see, you know, the springs, the hot springs, the geysers. You can walk 20, 30 miles that way and still see geysers because, you know, it's basically the whole park almost is like the funnel of a volcano, bro. They call it a super volcano. They make documentaries about it. I watched a couple of them. They say when that erupts, it's going to destroy the whole earth just off the strength of that. That's what the scientists say.
You know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, come on. I'm just saying, you know. But yeah.
They show
They gonna fuck with America.
God.
Yellowstone exploded in the movie 2012.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. God, I forgot about that. God. And they had that crazy. They had that guy they considered crazy out there, Woody Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it. You know, and how was he speaking about? He was kind of prophesying. You know, how was he speaking about it? He was doing it through the airwaves because they heard it on the intercom, on the little radio. Exactly. You know, it's exactly what we're doing.
And everything now is televised and radios and like I said, you go down the highway and it tell you this. And best believe them airwaves are gonna go off when America gets hit.
God.
Everybody's gonna know.
Yeah.
It's like when you open up your phone, something happens there, it's gonna come up. Come on, something that great, America the great, America has been destroyed. It's not new.
And moreover, the elect is going to witness it via through the chariots, man, through that glass floor, the so-called UFOs, man.
And then they must remember that when the nations see it, and you know this word been going to across the four corners, they're gonna know the name. They're gonna be like, yo, those people, those prophets gonna bruised. They said something about your home. Shah said they were going to do it. You know?
Yep.
So they're gonna know. That's when you make sure I know the power of the book. You know? But you have more.
Yeah, I'm going to finish it off. Matthew 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
All nations. So everybody's going to know the name of the Lord. Everybody's going to know that the Lord is the love of Israel. And he's going to come back to save his people. He's sort of going to fuck down. There's going to be a new ruler in heaven on the earth. That's going to start here on the earth through Yahweh Shah. And the elect. Those ways, the other fight, we're going to wrap it up. Understand? Praise the East. Give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Kakudash.
Double honors to the Apostle, Jim Master well. And may peace, blessings, salutation to the hopefully elect out there to go to the four corners. Tuning in and fighting, continuing to fight, keeping their mental intact. Hey, Kwame Yashabala.
Kwame Yashabala.
Walk from the ball.
Walk from the ball.
Stay fighting.
Shalom.
Shalom.
EPA, real
2024, man.